in the corner, pass across, Kinney scores! Luis Jimenez found a beautiful pass, and NC State extends their lead 4-0 over the 49ers. Manischewitz working down low into the corner, works around a man, shot, and he scored! Sam Manischewitz ties this one up. Here comes State, working into the zone, pass across, Jimenez finds it, and he scores! Luis Jimenez puts the Pack up 2-0 over the Colonials. Into the corner, pass, Linsmeyer shoots, and he scores! NC State up 3-1. Manischewitz does it again to give NC State the lead.
Welcome to the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina. Ethan Berry and Zach Selwaye here with you once again. Zach, we're headed down the stretch of the season. NC State's last game towards points in the ACCHL here tonight, facing the Duke Blue Devils for the second time this season. State won handily over in Hillsborough last semester. To be quite frank with you, we don't expect Duke to give NC State much of a challenge tonight. Ian Hutchison will be in net. A day off for Joey Hall and Josh Cannon, too, as well. Joey will be the backup tonight. Zach, just to get right into it, what are you looking for here from the Pack in this game here?
I think State needs to ride that momentum from Monday night. It was a big win, 6-5, clinched the Carolina division, which is a big thing for State going forward. Tonight, now they have more leverage. If they win tonight, they have a better chance of clinching that number 2 seed. Of course, State would like to play more of the bottom seed teams just so they can keep it easier going to the championship, but these teams are good in the ACCHL, so tonight is really going to be a matter of can they make sure they keep up the gas, keep their pedal to the metal, and make sure they have the best game that they can tonight.
State is locked into the 3 seed in the tournament, as you mentioned. They're going to hope to get up to the 2 seed. They'll need some help to do that. To be honest, I don't think they'll need a lot of help, and I don't think it'll happen. So State is most likely going to be the number 3 seed headed into the ACCHL tournament, which starts 2 weeks from today. But before that, we've still got 3 more games to go. UNCW will be here tomorrow, and then 2 games against West Virginia next week here at the Iceplex. Zach, Ian Hutchison in net. What are we looking for from him tonight?
You know, I've always liked Ian since the beginning of this year. He did play that one game against Duke earlier on. Wasn't tested that much, but I've always liked his style. He's tall. He's a 6'1" goaltender, a lot of mobility, a lot of flexibility. I think Ethan is one of those prototypical goaltenders you want to have on your team. Joey, of course, is going to be your number 1. He's always going to be there. Josh Cannon, of course, is a great, stable backup, and any team would be lucky to have him. But Ian hasn't seen a lot of time this season, so I'm happy, and I'm sure the whole team is happy to see him get another game so far this season, and I think he's going to have a good one.
Duke doesn't have a full roster. What are the Blue Devils going to need to do to stay in the game and have a chance to win in the third period?
You know, Duke is having a rough season, but it can be contributed to sort of a rebuilding season. Last season they did go 8-13-1. So this season they're going through some roster struggles right now, but they're playing a good season so far. They're playing a good grinding game. They're not playing necessarily a good scoring game. For Duke, I'm really looking for them just to make sure that they have good speed and good job winning the corner battles. They're a smaller team, so speed should be one of their stronger assets, not necessarily physicality. So State will need to match that well in order to play the best game that they can, Ethan.
The first line was just phenomenal on Monday, especially Luis Jimenez. You know, we expect that we'll see the same thing from them after, specifically, Sam Manischewitz had a couple of games without a goal. We expect that we'll see their influence all over this game. But who's somebody else on the second, third, or fourth line who you think is going to step up tonight?
You know, I want to go back to that first line, Ethan, because one of my players to watch for tonight is going to be Eric Todd. And he's not a player that we've talked about a lot this season. He does have 13 points in 14 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists. he's flown under the radar because the dominant duo of Sam Benishevitz and Luis Jimenez has almost masked the fact that Eric Todd is a freshman centering that amazing first line, and he's doing a great job at it as well. Last time these two teams meet, he had a goal and 3 assists. It was a great game from him and a great game from the team. But I guess if you're talking about a player on the second, third, or fourth line tonight, I'm going to go once again with Andrew Kristoff. Last game, he was scratching the surface of getting a goal. He had an outstanding game that really flew under the radar, almost broke the ice against Clemson. Haha, broke the ice. And now going into this game as well, Ethan, Kristoff just really has a great chance of getting a great night and a great goal even.
Yeah, I agree with you. Kristoff's he's always going to have a chance for a goal just based on how hard he plays. A couple more things. State usually has a week off between games. They've only got 3 nights off, if I'm not mistaken. Do you think fatigue will be at all a factor for the Pack tonight?
I don't think so, Ethan, because this team does have a lot of rest time, and obviously college schedules are not like the pro schedules where sometimes teams have 18 hours to recover. These teams have a lot of time to recover, a lot of time to rest. Tonight's game, of course, is going to be a bit more, I think, of a passing game. State should still be a little bit tired from Monday night, but they still should have the same intensity, but apply that into a different asset of the game. They had a lot of speed. They got off to a flat start against UNC, but if they apply that energy that they have tonight into their passing game, I think they can mask the fatigue that's coming from that game.
3 keys to the game, Zach. What are they?
So my first key tonight is a better start and to play a full 60. A common thing with State in the past is that they have not been able to get a good start, Ethan, and they haven't been able to play a full 60. There's always been at least one period or one segment of time where there's been a little bit of lapse in their effort. So tonight that's going to be a huge impact towards how they play. My second key tonight is face-offs, face-offs, and face-offs. I cannot stress this enough. State's face-offs are going to be critical to tonight, and I cannot stress this enough pretty much every time I talk. A play can happen off a face-off so quickly, and we saw it on Monday night against UNC. There was a beautiful goal scored, I believe, by Cam Mazikowski. One off the draw, Cam took it back to the point, took a really quick wrist shot, and that happened under 10 seconds. If State can do that every single night and win over 50% of their face-offs, Ethan, this is a team to be scared of going to the ACCHL tournament because it's just such a critical, small thing that most fans don't take notice of. And the third and final thing is the corner battles. Like we were talking about, Ethan, Duke is going to be a speedy team. They're not big, but they can be a little bit more of a grinding physical team. So if they're going to get into the corners, they're going to want to try to get that puck away. State needs to combat that well. They haven't been doing well in corner battles as of late, in my personal opinion, but we're going to look forward to see what State can do better heading into those corner battles and those scary situations down low.
I agree with you. Everything you said. Didn't know what I was going to say there. But we'll be back here momentarily. State and Duke coming up from the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center. Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Welcome back to the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina, getting set for face-off between the Wolfpack and the Blue Devils. I'll let you know a little bit about Duke. They actually only have one player who scored more than one goal this season. Alex Voloshin has 4 goals on the year and an assist. Chris Gallo has a goal and 4 assists. Peter Galindez a goal, 2 assists. Alex Montgomery and Sam Bentlin have a goal and assist each. Robert Bradford has 2 assists. And that's pretty much it for Duke in terms of players that have multiple points. Alexander Decky is going to be in net for the Devils today. No Nick Berra. Actually, I take that back. I only saw 1 goalie earlier. Now I see 2. So we'll see which one goes into net. But real quick, we're going to take a quick break. Actually, we're not going to take a quick break. They're going to have a little ceremony here before the national anthem. Zach, we saw Duke earlier. As I just went through their stats, they don't really have a whole lot. I mean, what do you think we're going to see here tonight? What are we going to see here from Duke?
Well, I think that tonight's going to be a special night, Ethan, as we see on the ice right now. Tonight's proceeds from the admissions tonight go towards Duke Pediatric Hospital, and what a great event tonight for the symbolic puck drop tonight. They're bringing out somebody from the Pediatric Hospital, which is extremely awe-inspiring, and it's all going to be awesome tonight. But Duke is going through a rebuilding year, Ethan, and we really can't stress that enough. So this season, even though they only have 12 goals for and 103 goals against, yeah, that's kind of scary to look at on the stat sheet, but I think at the same time, they're a hard team to play against every single night, and that's what's going to be really the main thing that State's going to be focusing on.
Sam Banishevitz out there for the Pack with the child. 14 Duke players tonight by my count, which is more than what they had the other day, or the last game. We have a ceremonial puck drop. Looks like that is Alex Montgomery out there for the Devils, along with Banishevitz for the Pack. So Duke has 16 dressed skaters by my count, Zach. As we mentioned, more. 2 of them are goalies. So 14 players. So look, last time, if I'm not mistaken, it was a pretty evenly played first period. And then State really opened the floodgates in the second period. So we'll see what happens tonight. Ian Hutchison in net for the Pack, as we mentioned. Joey Hall has the toboggan on. He'll be used in case of emergency for head coach Mike Gazzillo. Getting closer to face-off here. One thing I wanted to mention is we've actually going for a 3-camera shoot here tonight. So we hope that you all enjoy that new wrinkle, I guess you could say, to our broadcasts. Getting set for face-off. One thing I wanted to mention, we saw getting ready for the game. Luis Jimenez is a referee, and I really don't know what age. They're probably middle school kids, wouldn't you say?
About middle school, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably maybe 5th grade.
Yeah.
Those are some big kids.
Yeah, we were taking. We were watching him be a ref. I think he took the third period off so he could go get ready for the game, but it was fun seeing him out there. He's a fun guy, and he's the reason State won the game the other day in PNC Arena. I'll tell you what, that was a fun game, Zach. And, we hope, if you were out there, we hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll have more of them next year, huh? But we'll see. NC State starters getting introduced now. Duke wearing the white with, I believe that's black on the shoulders, blue shorts. State wearing the all black as usual. We haven't seen State have the white jerseys in a while. I don't know that we'll see them again this year, maybe in the ACCHL tournament. But State's been wearing the all black lately. Starters getting introduced. Banishevitz, Todd, and Jimenez on the first line as usual. Looks like we're going to have Mazakowski.
Actually, Cam Mazakowski's stretch tonight. We have a new defenseman coming on. That's Ian O'Rourke right now.
Okay, O'Rourke's getting the start.
But we have
as
a
well.
new defenseman for the team, Eric Mura. This is his first game of the season. We haven't seen him skate this season so far. So he might have been a player that made it in tryouts, but hasn't had the chance to play this season. So tonight, this is going to be interesting to watch a new defenseman, but it's time for the national anthem.
Yep, we're going to take our headsets off for the national anthem here at the Iceplex. We'll be back for face-off momentarily.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. We pride ourselves on our alternative programming of indie rock, electronic, metal, and underground hip-hop. Boasting 25,000 watts, WKNC can be heard throughout the Triangle and far beyond via our webcast. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the student media app for Android and iPhone. Check out our program schedule at wknc.org and follow us on social media at WKNC881.
Getting set for face-off here. I feel like I've said that like 5 times already. I'm ready for this game to get started. 9:10 Eastern Standard Time, in case you were wondering where we are. You probably weren't, though. Duke wins the face-off. Todd putting some early pressure on the Devils, as I mentioned there during the pregame ceremony. Ian Hutchison's going to cover up that long one. 14 dress players for Duke. Zach, that's more than they've had for a while, probably this year, honestly. So, hey, you know, we saw them in, I believe it was November. They stuck around for a while. It might have been October, actually. They stuck around for a while. They have a few more players. They could put a little pressure on NC State. And so we'll see what happens. As you mentioned before, Eric Mura making his NC State debut. He's number 4, no name on the jersey. So we'll be excited to see what he brings to the team. I don't have a story for you on where he came from or why this is his first game, but we'll see what he's got. No Cam Mazikowski, as you mentioned. So we'll see what State can do without their top offensive defenseman.
Cam is also in between the penalty boxes as well, taking stats for the team tonight.
Is that him in a tie?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, very nice. State gets it out of the defensive zone. Duke with a little pressure here in the first minute of the game. They'll look to set it up. Jimenez intercepts the pass. Todd tips it ahead. There's Banashevitz working. He'll juke back around. Sure, he's glad to have the monkey off his shoulder, or off his back, I guess that's the saying. He was, 4 games without a goal for Banashevitz. Finally got one at the Iceplex, 2-on-1 the other way for Duke. Long pass there. Centering pass deflected.
Yeah, State wanted to call back up top there. There was an obvious cross-check that did not get called. A little bit surprised there that that was no penalty.
Jimenez behind the net, circling, looking for help. State makes a change. Koeklenberg and Alfonsetti out there now. Rushford dumps it back around, looking for Banashevitz. He lets it go for Alfonsetti. Back up top to the circle in the slot. looking for help, leaves it for Rushford. Rushford's shot is taken away. Chris Gallo there for the Devils. Koeklenberg back to play it for the Pack. As we mentioned, Duke hasn't won a game. State looking to finish off their ACCHL record at 7-2, which would put them at 14 points. Momentarily, I think it would have State in second place, but Virginia still has 2 games left. Rushford fires that one high. Virginia, what did I say? Virginia still has 2 games left, and they have 13 points, so we suspect that they would indeed pass NC State for that number 2 seed. George Washington has not lost a game, and so they will most likely be the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Duke looking now, holding, keeps it in the zone. Down low, centering pass, opportunity, and they scored. Duke strikes first. I couldn't tell who got that one, Zach.
That was number 41, Ethan.
Yeah, I don't have a 41 here.
It looks like Duke did a little bit of jersey changing going into this game, and that's common with a lot of club teams, Ethan. We expect that. But off that last play, Ethan, the main thing that I saw was a little bit of a lack of zone coverage. They let number 41 walk directly into the zone, Ethan, and that's not something State can do because their defense are once again lapsed. They spread too far out wide and in the slot. They just left it open. It's now 1-0 Duke.
Well, you mentioned in your keys to the game, State needs a good start. One thing you don't want to do with a team that's undermanned and, doesn't have the same talent that you do is you don't want to let them stick in the game because that's how upsets happen. You get up early on a team, they're going to, not necessarily quit, but keeping them in the game gives them hope. But getting out to a big lead is key, as I mentioned. State behind their own net now. We'll see if they can get a quick goal back. 17 minutes to go. First period, Duke leads 1-0. Back to the ACCHL tournament, Zach. State looks like, if matchups hold, the first game will be against Wake Forest. That's not for certain. That's just how things stand right now. You saw NC State and Wake Forest play earlier in the year, if I'm correct.
Me and let's see, the puck is frozen here. Absolutely. So we were talking, actually, me and Brandon Boucher, who is on the more technical side of things here for PackTV. He stepped in as the color for that game, and it was an absolute rout of Wake Forest, 6-1. Cam Mazikowski had a hat trick in that game. Joey Hall had an absolutely outstanding game. He was our player to watch. Wake Forest, that was a very good game for State. If that's any indicator of what could happen in the ACCHL tournament, then State's going to have a fun time.
State's going to need to win 3 games in 3 days. Whichever team wins the championship will. It's a tough ask, but somebody will do it. And State's got a great chance. Here comes Costigan the other way. He's got Troll on his right, Schwartz on his left. They're off sides. Ethan Schwartz and Will Troll. Troll's been playing well for the Pack. And Ethan Schwartz also getting a jersey tonight.
A little bit surprised at how that was an offside, and State's been typically good with their breakouts, and that was a little bit interesting to see as well. So breakouts also need to be a factor going forward here, Ethan.
State struggling here first 4 minutes of the game. I asked in the pregame if you thought fatigue was going to be a factor because these teams don't usually play on Monday nights, and they only had 3 days off. If it's a factor tonight, it'll absolutely be a factor tomorrow.
I don't want to say fatigue is a factor right now, Ethan. I think State was under-expecting the amount of effort Duke is putting in.
Yeah. State's a little sloppy here early. I do agree with that. Dumped ahead. No icing. Could have been icing, it looked like to me. Duke gets it out of the zone. Schwartz goes for a big hit. Duke working the other way. Sam Bentlin into the corner. And he goes down. State will try to get it. They don't. They do eventually. There's Costigan. He's holding on to the puck. Sends it up to Troll. Can't get it to him. They get it out of the zone. Duke back into the defensive zone. Tipping it up ahead. Sent in on Hutchison. He'll tip it aside. There's Koeklenberg. He'll look to work.
Yeah, John Koeklenberg still without a goal this season. Still wearing those infamous orange skates as an inside joke for the team. Saying that he has no goals.
Here comes Banashevitz. He fires. Good save for Decky. Yeah, as you were saying, opportunity here for Banashevitz. He fires, then he scores. Right through the 5-hole. Alex Decky. State scores it up, ties it up quickly, just over 5 minutes into this one.
Sam made that look like that was just a normal practice drill. What a good, simple shot. Pass from the boards. Sam went up into the high slot and took a very easy shot. 5-hole Ethan. Excuse me. Strong presence there on the forecheck by State, and a really good, solid goal there by Sam Benishevitz. Not sure who got the assist there. I'm thinking it was Ellis Rushford, but we will check as soon as the PA announcer gets that out. But still, that was a great goal, Ethan.
Decky made the save on the first opportunity. Benishevitz wasn't going to miss that twice. Here's Jimenez, and offside again. Great setup there, and Benishevitz went 5-hole. And that was an easy one for Sam.
And I believe if the ACHA website is correct, that's Sam's 20th of the season.
Yep, I was just going to go ahead and mention that, if it's correct, as you mentioned. Duke working into the zone. And we've got another whistle. 14:31 to go. First period, 1-1. I was going to say something before that goal there, but I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, well.
I think I know, Ethan. Kevin Keats is a winner.
Yeah, that always applies. Chris Wing back to play this one off the face-off. Headed down the stretch for these Wolfpack seniors, though. Chris Wing is one of them. Luis Jimenez. Christoph. Here comes Jimenez working around a man, looking for help. Can't find it, holds on to it. Looking in front, looking for Todd. Can't get it through. And we've got a penalty.
It's going to be a hooking call. Not sure on who. It looks to be number 8 for Duke right there.
Justin Zweibel.
That's going to be a penalty on Weibel right there. And it's still, I think that the referee game before the game tonight with Luis really got him warmed up very well. What speed he came in, flying around the net to get into the corners and try to get the puck to the front of the net to Eric Todd right there. That was a great job there. Good speed by the veteran captain, of course.
Yeah, Luis is, I'm not even sure if it's particularly close, but Luis is one of the best skaters in the ACCHL. His creativity that he has, some are faster, but just in terms of just how good you are on the skates, nobody, I don't think anybody in the ACCHL that I've seen anyway matches up with Jimenez. I remember what I was going to say. You were talking about the orange skates as Duke sends it down again.
Orange skate laces, rather.
The laces, yeah. Chris Wing gets drilled.
That should have been called. That was head towards the boards. Not sure if Chris Wing turned to be safe, but that should have been a penalty. That was a bad non-call.
Alfonsetti behind the net, wraparound, good save, and it's cleared out. The orange laces, you got to wear them until you score, and so that's the story behind that. Oh, okay, I've just been told that everybody's wearing them. Some of that, okay. Usually the orange laces are, if you haven't scored. Tonight, some other guys are wearing them in support of pediatric cancer, which is obviously great to see. Or is it the hospital?
Yes, the Pediatric Children's Hospital.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a great cause, Ethan.
So some of them are wearing orange skates. Usually, like I mentioned, State trying to keep it in. Kinney does momentarily. Duke sends it to the corner, and they get it out to the neutral zone. Usually, it's only you wear the orange laces until you've scored. And so that's the story behind that. But like I mentioned, a couple other guys are wearing them tonight. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Here comes Todd. Pass across. There's Jimenez. Back up top, Hudson. Back to Jimenez. 8 seconds on the power play. Jimenez looking, holding across Banishevitz. He'll fire. And it was blocked. Power play over. Banishevitz back to Jimenez. Rebound. Banishevitz has it. Back. There's O'Rourke. Pass in front. Gets all the way through. Jimenez has it. And he'll back up to the blue line. Looking for O'Rourke. Gets it to him. Sends it around Todd. Loses it. Duke takes it away. And O'Rourke keeps it in. Working down low now. Looking for help. Lost the puck momentarily. Gets it back. Sends it to Jimenez. He and Banishevitz behind the net. Jimenez working. Holding. Looking for Banishevitz. Gets it to him. but he was behind the net. He sends it back up top. Another slap shot goes wide. Jimenez keeps it in. Nice move around the Duke defender. He'll hold again, pass across, and a great save. That was deflected. Great opportunity for O'Rourke, and Decky made the save.
That's the kind of segment that NC State needed, Ethan. I can't even count how many minutes that was that they were in the offensive zone. I think that was about 4 or 5 minutes, just them keeping that puck in after that power play. Power play looked weak, I would say probably for the first minute and a half, but after that.
Another shot on net. Another good save. Hit after the play. Dewey goes down.
Yeah, but talking about offensive zone pressure, Ethan, that's something that a lot of times that most commentators want to talk about but just forget to talk about it. It's so crucial because the thing is State was putting on so much pressure into making sure the puck didn't come out of the zone and Duke didn't get out on a breakout right there. Beautiful job forechecking there by State to make sure they always have puck possession.
9 minutes into the first period, Duke in the neutral zone. I agree with you. If State's going to score, most of the time they get a possession like that. I guess possession probably isn't the right word, but an offensive zone opportunity.
Actually, Ethan, one thing that we forgot to mention, this is Duke's first game since November tonight.
Really?
So this is a huge game for them, getting back into the swing of things. This is one of the final 3 games of the season for Duke. Maybe wrong on that, but what I do know for sure, they have not played in several months.
Didn't really talk about State's power play when they were on it the first time. It was bad last weekend, and or I guess it was 2 weekends ago at this point. But better that time. It was good on Monday as well. Here comes Dewey into the zone, one-on-one. His shot, a good save, rebound. Johnston couldn't put it away. Dewey tries to keep it in, can't. And the referee with the namesake of former governor, Pat McCrory, is on the blue line here.
Yeah, great.
Duke, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was about to say great job by Eric Johnson, NC State's representative for Great Clips. Just unbelievable job on the forecheck there by Johnson. Just beautiful job. And as the puck goes out of play.
Here comes Dewey. Not sure if he got tripped up by there. No real complaint from him. I actually think if you're a representative of Great Clips, is that the word you used? Representative?
Yeah.
I think you got to actually get your hair cut in order to be the representative, but
I was trying to think of a hair care product, but Ethan, as much as I love hair, I just see shampoo and I buy it. I don't really look at the names.
I'm not really a haircut kind of guy. I don't like paying for them. Here comes Schwartz the other way. He's got Troll and Kostigan with him. And easy glove save for Decky there.
Decky's playing a solid game tonight, Ethan.
He is, and tell you what, looking at his stats right now, he's allowing 12 goals a game. So he's averaging, looks like 50 minutes a game. I'm not a math major, but that's what it looks like to me, and 780 save percentage. So State's going to look to get some goals on him. Quick shot there. Kicked aside. That was Troll on the shot. Duke trying to gain control. State's dominated the last 3-4 minutes. Battle along the boards. And I guess that's an offsides.
I guess while we're waiting, Ethan, we can talk about the UNCW game tomorrow, which is going to be a huge game. It's going to be pink in the rink. NC State will be donning the pink sweaters tomorrow night to raise awareness for cancer, and it's going to be a great night between the two teams.
Specifically breast cancer, and they do that every year. I believe they do it against UNCW every year. Real choppy start to this one. So, yeah, as you mentioned, tomorrow night, puck drop will be at the same time. Definitely recommend that you come on out to the Iceplex. It's on Capitol Boulevard, or near Capitol Boulevard, I guess I should say. And it's a great time. I'd say there's probably 500 people here. Is that accurate in your mind?
It looks accurate, but we're having a hard time looking at this bleachers as well that are right under us.
That's true. Good save there from Decky. Scrum in front of the net. Nobody knows where the puck is. It was underneath one of the Duke players. And we finally get a whistle. I thought that's where it was, but nobody knew where the puck was, but the whistle wasn't blown. Then the player got up and realized the puck was under him. So he went back down to cover it up.
Even though no one knew where it was, Ethan, I think it was great that all three forwards on that fourth line were crashing the net to make sure they could get a juicy rebound if the puck popped out.
Good shift there from Troll, Costigan, and Schwartz. Tell you what, another guy that stood out to me is Eric Johnson. He's been a fourth-line guy. He's moved up to the third line tonight, and he's earned it in my mind. And
we think back to that goal in Clemson.
Yeah.
Ethan, that was a beautiful shot there.
It was. Here's Alfonsetti. He fires another good glove save by Decky. 9:12 to go. Say we've had about 20 whistles in this one so far.
Decky is just playing a really solid game. We saw another great glove save there, Ethan, and he's going to be a talking point for a while. Ian Hutchison has not seen a lot of work because State's had advantage of this game.
Another shot wide from Alfonsetti. Big hit there from the Devils. Couldn't tell who got hit. That was... I couldn't see a number there for the Pack. Puck sent around. There's Kinney. That was Trevor Merchant who got hit for State. Puck gets past Hudson. Tell you what, he's been a real solid player for the Pack this year. Up ahead, Chris Wing into the neutral zone. Duke player takes a spill. Sniper in the area. Centering pass by Wing. Nobody there. Kicked into the corner by the Devils, and they'll take control. Alfonsetti working hard to get it back. Can't do it. Lays a big hit, though. Alfonsetti not the most physical of players. Opportunity here. Kinney 1-on-2. He'll fire. It's blocked by the defenseman. And Devils try to get it out. They can't. Alfonsetti takes it. State will look to set up. There's Merchant up top. Shot on net. Blocked. Good pad save there by Decky, who's been really good for Duke so far. Sent all the way down. This is going to be icing, but it's going to be on net, so no icing. Duke makes a change. State looks to head the other way quickly. Here they come and send in. Duke player loses his stick, but they'll get it back. That was Eric Mura, the new player for the Pack. Here's Banashevitz the other way, 1-on-3. Jukes around a man behind the net, centering pass, nobody there. Here's Mura. He'll send it in. Jimenez couldn't get it on net. Todd keeps it in. He'll send it in. Banashevitz the rebound, holds it. O'Rourke, his shot, shouldered aside by Decker. Duke trying to get it out. To me, it looks like Duke is really just trying to hang on and just get the puck out of the zone so they can reset at this point. 7 minutes to go, first period. Opportunity, Banashevitz. Jukes around a man. Behind the net now. In front, nobody there. Jimenez has it now. O'Rourke. His shot. Good save, Decky. Jimenez keeps it in. Now he's skating circles around the Devils. Behind the net, Banashevitz working in front. Off of a skate. Banashevitz tries to get it back. He can't. Duke gets to it first. Banashevitz gets it again. Up top, there's O'Rourke. Across, Mura. And he'll fire wide. O'Rourke gets it, and we got a whistle.
There was a few good instances, Ethan, where Jimenez tried to make a pass out to the front of the net to the slot. Eric Todd was there, but Duke had good defensive pressure. Keep making sure that first line stayed off the puck, Ethan. But all in all, Duke has not really left the defensive and neutral zone really since that first goal was scored. It's been a solid 11 minutes since Duke has had an actual solid chance. This is not good for a Duke team, Ethan, that really wants to get a win tonight.
Tell you what, they're only going to keep State at bay for so long with this bend but don't break style of defense. They'll get the puck behind Hutchison now, and they'll hold on to it. You keep it in the zone here momentarily. Pass in front just goes high. Good opportunity there for Duke.
I think Hutchison got a piece of that too.
Somebody did. That was Chris Gallo, second leading scorer. Well, I guess tied for leading scorer on the team. Pass up ahead. Linsmeyer has it. He'll look to take it into the zone, and he does. It was good to have Ryan's brother Trevor on the broadcast with us the other night at PNC. We hope you enjoyed that. Here comes Duke working 2-on-3. Shot goes high. Player goes down. Rushford. I'll tell you what, that was interesting. Not sure if the cameras caught that, but the Duke player really just toppled over Rushford. I'm not sure what Rushford was doing.
Having a little bit of a nice conversation between Rushford and the Duke player, probably deciding which Coach K is better between State and Duke there. But nonetheless, that was a nasty hit there by Ellis Rushford getting into that zone right there. And there was a little bit of words after that. Temper's got to stay cool in this kind of game, Ethan, because this game is a hit or miss.
5:30 to go, 1-1. State and Duke, 2-on-1 here, 2-on-2. Linsmeyer up ahead, Johnston just out of his reach. Johnston tries to get it back, and Duke wins that battle. Dewey right there, though. Sent back around behind Decky, and Duke will take control. Try to get it out of the zone, and they do. The referee gets in the way. Tell you what, that guy's been in a couple of plays here so far. Duke has it in the neutral zone now. Left up ahead, back to the Devils. Centering pass doesn't get there. And another battle behind the net. I'll tell you what, Alex Voloshin, I haven't seen his name. I haven't seen his number yet. Here comes an opportunity for Dewey, one-on-one. Here he comes. He fires, and a shoulder save by Decky. Looked like that one might get through.
You know, Ethan, I was a little bit surprised why they left Dewey that much open. As we've seen recently, Dewey's had like 5 goals in 7 games recently. He's been lethal for State, and a little bit surprised there wasn't more coverage on him as in the breakout.
Here comes Schwartz the other way. His shot. Pad save. Troll gets it, kicks it to himself. He goes down, and Duke will take it away. Devil player there looked hurt, Chris Barrer. Looks like he's skating awkwardly. Another opportunity and a glove save for Decky.
Schwartzy, as he's dubbed by the team, he's looking pretty good tonight, Ethan. That was a nice little power move to get to the front of the net with a beautiful glove save there. But more importantly, still, Duke has barely gotten into the zone with Ian Hutchison. So a great job by NC State's forechecking effort to make sure that Ian is not tested too much tonight.
Here's Hudson off the face-off. Tell you what, State's had plenty of offensive zone time. Only 1 goal so far, but if they have this much zone time, they'll score some more. I can promise you that. I don't know a lot, but I do know that. Here comes Duke. Couple players just standing around. Duke getting out of the zone, and they'll send it ahead. They had a 3-on-2 if they wanted it. Apparently they didn't. Chris Wing back to play it. He sends it out of the zone. Duke has it now in the neutral zone. Good pressure there. Troll. Costigan tries to get there first. He can't. Troll's there. Schwartz playing ping pong, it looks like, with the Duke players, and will go behind the net. Duke back to get it. We'll have to keep an eye on, see if they've got number 5, Alex Voloshin, out there. He's the leading scorer. Excuse me, only has 4 goals. Going to have a penalty here on Duke, and they'll touch up.
Let's hope Schwartz is okay. He looks a little bit slow to get up. And as we saw, Ethan, some of the jersey numbers have been flipping tonight, so Voloshin might be wearing a different number than what it says on ACHA.com. It looked like to be a very different, not a different, but rather a nasty hit there by number 7 for Duke, and we'll probably find out who that is very shortly. But still, Ethan, looking at the kind of hit that it was.
Justin Grady, yeah.
Justin Grady still, and that's a big important player for Duke, Ethan, but more importantly, State needs to capitalize on this power play. Went 0 for 1 so far earlier. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, you really don't want to go into the intermission with tied with Duke here if you're Mike Gazzillo and his crew. State set up. They've got the top power play line out there. Jimenez, Banashevitz, and Todd. There's Banashevitz now working on the far side. He'll send it around. Jimenez is there. He'll hold. Back to the blue line, O'Rourke. And he'll fire. Deflected, and it goes wide. Mura gets the rebound. He's number 4 with no name. First game, with the pack. Here's Jimenez. He'll look to fire. Deflected, and Banashevitz couldn't tip it in. O'Rourke fires again. That one goes wide. Not sure if somebody got a stick on it. Todd has it now. Banashevitz setting up in front of the net. And he'll go behind the net now. Todd still has it. Up top, Jimenez. Across O'Rourke. O'Rourke fires, and it goes wide. And Duke clears it all the way down. 1 minute to go in the power play.
Great job there by Eric Todd, cycling around in the offensive zone to make sure he gets through the slot a plenty amount of times. Sam Banashevitz positioning himself around the net. Passes have been looking good. This power play has been looking far better, Ethan.
Sent all the way back down again. I'll tell you what, Sam's trademark look, kind of, is, I guess he's got that, I don't know what it is, because I don't know the terminology, but he's got a piece of equipment hanging out of his back. O'Rourke working behind the net. He wants a goal badly. Banashevitz gets it. We have a whistle. But you always know it's Banashevitz when he has that something hanging out. I don't know if it's hanging out from his back or sticking up from his shorts. But
So that's actually the back of his pants. That's something that protects the lower back from any puck movement as well. But still, nonetheless, Ethan, and it's a style move there by Sam Banashevitz, and it's a defining motive for him, and some players in the NHL have it. It's not necessarily a popular move, but look at Tyler Alfonsetti. He's doing it as well.
State wins the faceoff into the zone. Not sure why they took the faceoff out. 23 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Koeklenberg. He's one of the ones who doesn't have a goal. Here's Rushford across. Alfonsetti whiffs. And it's in the corner. 12 seconds to go. Alfonsetti gets pinned onto the boards. Kenny's there to get the puck. And he'll hold. Centering pass deflected, and it gets out of the zone. Duke got there first. Power play over.
0 for 2 in the power play, Ethan, but still look mighty fine from what we saw from up here.
Rushford gets hit, and I thought the puck went out of play. They continue playing. That's my fault on that. Alfonsetti here in front of the net, jukes around a man. Good save. Decker couldn't catch it. Decky, excuse me, in front of the net. Duke sends it to the sideboards, and Kenny tries to get there first. He can't. He'll take it away though. Looking for Trevor Merchant. He'll hold. Working. There's Alfonsetti in front. Kenny couldn't get a stick to it. And we've got another delayed penalty here. Scrum in front of the net. Alfonsetti can't get it. Hutchison to the bench. State's got the 6th attacker. And Duke finally touches up with 19 seconds left.
And it looks to be a slashing call on number 41 again. It seems, no, my apologies. We'll find out as soon as the player goes to the box. I wasn't sure what happened, but that was a good sequence of events, Ethan. It's a shame, though, that Staten couldn't get any good, juicy rebound opportunities. They had great net front presence, and Duke was just letting them walk around. This is Duke's 3rd penalty of the night, and we talked about before, Ethan, State's discipline issue. Now it's Duke's discipline issue. Obviously, being away for a while, of course, is going to add a little bit of a difficulty to their style of play, but State should be able to capitalize when they can.
18 seconds to go. And Duke wins the faceoff. Can't get out of the zone. Todd's right there. Duke will hang on to it. And they'll get it out. 9 seconds to go. That's pretty much going to do it for the period. State's going to have about 1:40 to go on the power play when we get back. 1:41 to be exact. That's going to do it first period. Sam Banashevitz scores for the Pack. For the Devils, it was. Oh, we don't have a number on that guy. Sorry. 1-1, end of the first period. We'll be back. First intermission, talk about what we saw and what we expect to see headed forward in the second period. You're watching NC State Hockey here on PackTV. Welcome back to the Iceplex here. Ethan Berry and Zach Selwaye with you. Zach, I got to say, I didn't realize that the shot differential is what it was. What was it and why did it happen?
So, Ethan, we just got the official shot count from Josh Cannon, who's up here taking stats for the team. State's leading in shots 25-3. Not something you see every day, Ethan, in these kind of games. But State had a really good period. They've spent pretty much 15 minutes in the offensive zone just shooting and making sure they're cycling that puck. So State was a better team in that period, and the shots really represented that.
I mean, if you're Mike Gazzillo, I don't know what you say to your team other than just keep doing what you're doing because eventually they're going to go in. Do you agree?
Absolutely, Ethan. I think Mike Gazzillo knows what to tell his team at the right moment. So does Coach Wing and Sam Banashevitz. They know that this game is going to be a bit simpler for them in terms of because Duke is short on the roster, but this is still an important one because they do want to get higher in that regulation season point rankings as well to get into the ACCHL tournament. So this is really an important game, and it's a big one, but it's also going to be a game where they just need to keep their pedal to the metal and keep doing what they're doing. Whatever they're doing, it's working.
Ian Hutchison only was tested 3 times. What did you see from him in those 3 shots?
You know, that one goal was a little bit fluky, and you really can't give up those. It was kind of a bad bounce right there, but still, stopped 2 shots. He looked good on those. He has good posture, good form, really good flexibility. I'm going to look forward to a lot more games with Ian in the future.
one second period adjustment or two? I mean, what are they for the Pack?
You know, Ethan, I honestly don't know. This was just a nearly flawless period for State. If anything, I would probably say just make sure that they have more people in the slot and make sure they know where the puck is. There were several opportunities where Jimenez passed the puck to the slot and had a great opportunity, but Eric Todd missed it, or somebody else was in the slot and missed it. So State needs to make sure they know what play is happening and when to make sure they get the good shot.
Yeah, I mean, State could have 5 or 6 goals, honestly, and Decky for the Devils has just been phenomenal. What have you seen from him?
Decky, I can't say enough about him. I mean, he stopped 24 shots tonight, and normally in an NHL game, that's a game. This is just in the first period tonight. So Decky's really stood on his head tonight, made several good glove saving against Banashevitz and Jimenez. A lot of great shots, a lot of great opportunities. Going forward, I think Decky's going to have a little bit of trouble. 25 shots, Ethan, that's going to be very fatiguing for a goaltender. So going forward, State could have the upper man advantage.
I agree. 1-1 here, even though State dominated the period, still tied up on the scoreboard, and that's what matters. We'll be back here momentarily with second period puck drop here on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your Dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. We pride ourselves on our alternative programming of indie rock, electronic, metal, and underground hip-hop. Boasting 25,000 watts, WKNC can be heard throughout the Triangle and far beyond via our webcast. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the student media app for Android and iPhone. Check out our program schedule at wknc.org and follow us on social media at WKNC 881.
Second period here, getting set to get underway. I'll tell you what, Zach, Duke's given NC State more than they could expect. 1-1 on the scoreboard, as we mentioned. NC State really dominated the game. But I'll tell you what, this is how upsets happen if you dominate and let the other team stick around. Not that NC State did anything wrong, really. It's just that they couldn't put enough goals in the back of the net. They did have one from Banashevitz, but not enough. State expects to score 8, 9, 10 goals in a game like this, so we'll see if they can get there. And they had a bad first period against Duke as a turnover in their own zone here, but State struggles there. Duke almost had an opportunity.
Why did Todd leave the puck?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that, but State dodges a bullet anyway, and they'll come into the offensive zone now. Here's Hudson working, tries to juke around a man. His 1-on-3 opportunity didn't go so well, and Duke gets it out of the zone. Somebody's down on the ice. That's Todd.
Oh, that's going to be a team. That's going to be a killer, Ethan. Eric Todd is such a huge asset to this team. Howard has an assist tonight.
Yeah, he looks to be okay though. He skates off under his own power.
Well, that's still a scary situation.
A minute 4 seconds left on the power play. State wins the face-off, and O'Rourke tries to get it. He can't, and he does eventually. Gets it to Kenny. Kenny sends it around, and Duke will set it up. They try to get it out. Actually, that's not Chris Wing. That's Mura. Eric Mura, the new guy. Shot in on net. Good save by Decky.
Yeah, Kenny had a chance right there to make sure he could have got that rebound. He didn't have sight of the puck right there. Good pad save there by Decky. All in all, Ethan, that's another thing that we were talked about during that first period intermission, is making sure they're picking up on opportunities and rebounds.
I'll tell you what, Alex Decky's allowing an average of 12 goals a game, but you wouldn't know it by how he's played tonight. Here's O'Rourke, a shot, and that one goes out of play. Couldn't tell if Decky got a piece of it.
Ian O'Rourke has quietly had a very good game, Ethan, and that's not something we say very often because he's not sitting on the ice that much. Tonight he's doing a great job of just really playing a simple, good shooting game, Ethan.
State wins the face-off. Alfonsetti at the blue line, sends it down low. There's O'Rourke again, pass across, intercepted. Alfonsetti keeps it in, he sends it in, it's blocked again. And it's kicked in the neutral zone, but Duke gets it out, 20 seconds to go. State 0 for 2 on the power play. Alfonsetti looking for help, 10 seconds to go. State with a last-ditch effort here on the power play. There's O'Rourke, another shot that goes wide. Tell you what, O'Rourke's got about 5 or 6 of the NC State shots. And power play's over. Alfonsetti again. Across Mura, and that one is kicked into the corner. Good save by Decky. Pass in front. Merchant couldn't tip it in. Kenny and Merchant get there at the same time. And Duke comes away with it momentarily. Merchant right there. Duke tips it ahead. State keeps it in. Big hit there from the new guy, Eric Mura. The crowd loves that one. Merchant tied up. State comes away. Kenny sends it wide. O'Rourke keeps it in. More of what we've seen in the first period. That one is another pad save. more of what we saw in the first period, Zach. Duke really just trying to hang on. And I guess you can say it's working.
I mean, State now is 0 for 3 on the power play, Ethan, and it's not necessarily the best thing in the world. Penalty called?
Yeah, it's going to be too many men on the ice. State was trying to change, and the puck was stuck in front of the bench. Really just I don't want to say bad luck, but nothing you can do. Kenny was trying to get off the ice, and the puck hit him.
I call it unfortunate, Ethan, more than probably bad luck. But 0 for 3 on the power play. They've been doing really well on Ethan's strength, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on the special teams. Not the best thing to see here, Ethan, but all in all, this is their first penalty kill of the night. This is going to be a big one for State. Looked pretty good against Chapel Hill on Monday night, so.
See what Duke does. I want to give a shout out to Josh Cannon, backup goalie for the Pack. He's up here with us keeping stats. Got the night off, but he's doing a great job keeping stats, and we appreciate his work. Penalty kill out here for the Pack. Costigan wins it. Rushford tries to get it out. Duke keeps it in. And Rushford sends it all the way back down. That's a huge slap shot. Duke will set it up behind their own net. Rushford didn't save anything for a shot in the offensive zone on that one. Duke working in the neutral zone. They'll get it ahead. Opportunity here maybe. 2-on-3. Good play. Costigan to lift the stick. Duke will set it up along the blue line now. Shot in on net. Hutchison squeezes the pads and makes the save.
As you just saw right there, Hayden Dewey's up at that point. He made the choice not to pinch, and I think it was a good one. He could have punched, got on the breakaway right there, and had a great opportunity going inside. And of course, what I mean by pinch is when you're out of position, pinching basically means you jump forward on the puck. That's all it means, to jump forward on the play. He made the wise decision to stay back and not allow an extra 5-on-3 for Duke for any bad shots.
Dangerous pass there. Good look, but just out of the reach for Duke. Now they'll play catch behind the net, back up top to the blue line. Pass across to the slot, and Hutchison with another save.
2 swallows in a row, Ethan. I think Hutchison's having a good job tonight so far. And it's really going to be up to him on this power play. State looks to be kind of taking their pedal off the metal here. A little bit of lax effort, but a little bit of stick tap there by Ellis Rushford for the good job that Hutchison is doing right now.
Just about a minute left for the Duke power play. Johnson with a nice play. Can't get it out of the zone, though, and Duke loses it eventually. Johnson working hard. He'll get it, and he's going to try to send it down, but can't. Frustrated with himself there. At least he still has good hair. Duke working the other way now. Another good play. Johnson. Rushford in there, 2 shot wide. Not sure if Hutchison saved that one. Deflected it or not, excuse me. 40 seconds to go as he covers up, and a little kerfuffle or a brush up behind the net there.
Yeah, Ellis Rushford jumping in on that play again, Ethan, and he's one of the team's more better offensive defensemen, and as well, there was a very nice sequence of events right there by Rushford, and I really like him. I've always liked Ellis.
I know. He's a good player. Tell you what, State's got a phenomenal group of first-year players. Really. Mazikowski, Rushford.
Even though Rushford is a junior, Ethan, he's still a first-year player, so we're going to see at least one more season out of him.
Those two come to mind, and then you've got good move there, Linsmeyer. And we're going to have a penalty. Duke going to look to touch up, and they do eventually.
I can tell you one thing, Ethan, if we ever see Trevor again, we're definitely going to brag about that move right there by Ryan. What a great move there by Linsmeyer to make sure he got into the zone. Created a good opportunity right there. Sadly, nothing came out of it, but still he drew a penalty. So now it's going to be a 4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds before the team jumps on the power play.
Yep. First-year players, as we mentioned, we can really go down the list. This is really a great group that Mike Gazzillo is going to have for working forwards. And, Josh Cannon up here with us, as we mentioned. Mazikowski, Rushford. And then you've got on offense, you got Dewey and Trevor Merchant have been excellent. Eric Todd playing on the first line. No Will Bieberdorf tonight, but forgot to mention that earlier. Stayed on the blue line now, 4-on-4. Shot, good save, Decky, didn't know where it was. 10 seconds of 4-on-4 left. State tries to keep it in. Chris Wing will take over in the neutral zone. 3 seconds to go. Kenny getting ready to come out of the box. Here comes Manischewitz. His shot goes wide. I think somebody got a stick on it. And State look to set up the power play. A minute and a half to go. State 1 for 1 on the penalty kill now. State setting it up blue line. There's Hudson. His shot, another good save from Alex Decky.
State cannot go 0 for 4 on the power play for the night here, Ethan. That's going to be crucial going forward. They're getting a lot of good looks, but they're taking too many simple shots. I think it's time to start making some good passes, make some more complex opportunities happen.
15-10 to go. Banashevitz has it off the face-off. Up top, Hudson. Back to Banashevitz. He'll find Jimenez. Give and go, maybe. Nope. Back to Hudson up top. His shot. Tried to send it through traffic. It hit somebody, not sure who. Goes into the corner. Banashevitz sends it all the way around. Wing has it now. Down low, there's Jimenez. Got to look for him to do some work here. He's got Banashevitz in front of the net. Still holding. Pass in front, intercepted. Duke sends it all the way down. 45 seconds on the power play.
That was Duke's first really good defensive play right there. Really good, clear. Penalty kill looking sharp tonight. I mean, they killed 3 for 3. About to go 4 for 4.
Still 30 seconds to go. Here's Banashevitz. Tried to juke around a man. Couldn't. Here's Jimenez. Up top, blue line. Back to Banashevitz on the goal line. Up top, Jimenez. He'll fire. And in front of the net, Todd tries to get a stick on it. And the net comes off. 22 seconds to go on the power play.
Todd couldn't find it again, Ethan, and that's something that Todd really needs to work on going forward. Has an assist tonight. Could have had a goal right there, but nonetheless couldn't bang in that rebound. It was right in the slot. It was right there, but it was a really good scrum in front of the net, and you had 4 good Duke players right there defending the front of the crease very well. It was very easy for Decky to make sure that he held on to that puck.
14-13 to go. 20 seconds on the power play. Alfonsetti has it. He'll send it down low. Merchant falls down, and Alfonsetti's going to keep it in. Up top. Fakes the shot down low. I believe that's O'Rourke behind the net. And looking, centering pass. And State couldn't get a stick on it. That was Ryan Kinney. Down low, Merchant looking behind the net. Back up top, blue line, shot, and can't get it through traffic. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5, sent in on net by Alfonsetti. Decky makes the save. Kinney has it now. He'll hold. And tries to go in a circle, sends it in on net. And Merchant couldn't get a stick on it. He'll get the puck eventually, though. Back up top. And another good save from Decky. And Duke gets a zone opportunity here. 1-on-1, here they come, shot. And Hutchison with the save, kicks it aside to keep the puck in play.
Yeah, great pressure there by O'Rourke. Really good going back in on the defensive end right there. And the breakout starts because of that really good defensive play.
Here comes Kinney, his shot, kick save. And State has it again. Alfonsetti in front, and he's set up Kinney, who sent it wide. Tell you what, State just can't get the puck in the back of the net. Kinney working. Decky gets behind the net to cover it up.
You know, Ethan, I know Coach Gazzillo doesn't like to use his timeouts that much, except towards the end of the game, but I think he should use one right now. State looks a little bit flustered because they've had a lot of good opportunities but haven't capitalized on any of them. So right now, I think would be a good time for him to tell the players or somebody, even Sam, hey guys, let's settle down and let's make sure we get a good opportunities here.
Shot off the face-off, deflected. I'll tell you what, if you told Duke that, 28 minutes into the game, they'd be tied at 1-1, I think Duke would even be surprised at that. Rushford sends it on net. Opportunity off the rebound for State. Nobody knows where the puck is, and they blow the whistle. People start yelling and screaming because that's what you do at hockey games.
Decky is just having an incredible game, Ethan, and I used to play goalie, and I can tell you right now, it's not easy to be doing what he's doing. And looking at how solid and composed and calm he is in the net, for the goaltender of that size, that's very rare for a goaltender to be like that. And he's doing a good job positioning-wise as well. Obviously, those stats in ICHA are a little bit skewed, Ethan, but nonetheless, I think that those stats don't represent how good of a goaltender Decky is.
Well, I don't know if they're skewed, but They may not be accurate, but I'm beginning to think that these stats are definitely not accurate. Once again, our stats say that he came in allowing 12 goals a game and a 780 save percentage. Another shot, that one was by Linsmeyer, or Dewey, excuse me, and another save.
Well, of course, we can say one of two things. Either State's not having a good night shooting-wise, or Decky's just really good. It's one of the two.
I guess we'll see as we move forward, almost halfway through this one. Got to say, a lot of things can happen in half of a game as Duke has an extra player. Falcons were up 28-3 in the Super Bowl in the third quarter and still lost, so you never know what can happen. Even in just half of a game. Duke behind their own net now, struggling to get it out. And they finally do. Rushford's going to get back to get this one, and it's icing. Pat McCrory with that call. Not really. The ref's name is McCrory. I've been told to explain that one. The ref's name is McCrory, so I just always think of Pat McCrory. Former governor of North Carolina. It's definitely not Pat McCrory. I wouldn't think. That would be quite the transition, though, from governor of North Carolina to ACCHL hockey official. But hey, everybody goes their own path. Duke into the neutral zone now. Long pass up ahead. Here they come. 3 on 5, I guess. Good hit there by Ryan Linsmeyer. That's going to be a penalty on John Kopenberg. So Duke will have their second power play of the game. First one got cut short.
State 0 for 4 on the power play, but they should be able to go 2 for 2 on this penalty kill here. State's shorthanded team is looking very strong tonight and should be able to get a good breakout if all they can do is make sure they provide a solid box towards Duke's penalty power play. It's the weather, Ethan, I swear. Tough times. Make sure to use sanitizer. Flu season gets very bad around here.
Duke wins the faceoff. They'll look to set up their power play behind the net now. I didn't really have a comment on that. Opportunity there. Good play by Hayden Dewey. State will head the other way. 2 on 1, and they'll just chip it ahead. Duke behind their own net, looking to set it up. Duke's had a lot of trouble getting it out of their zone, but they do there eventually. Pass up ahead. Working into the zone. Here they come. And long pass up to the blue line. Shot. Good block there. Hayden Dewey. That's the kind of hustle that earns you more minutes. And State sends it all the way down.
Justin Grady, number 7 there for Duke. Really had a lot of speed on Dewey's most recent breakout opportunity right there. Beat Dewey very well. So big props to the skating game for Duke.
3 on 1 the other way for the Devils. Shot. Good save, Hutchison, and Duke keeps it in. They'll set it up. Excuse me, I had to burp there. Duke along the goal line now. Up top to the blue line, back down low. Looking for help. They got an open man on the far side. Nobody was there. I don't know if Duke didn't see him or couldn't make the pass. Long shot from the blue line goes wide. Looks like that was a dodged bullet from NC State. Duke will set it up behind the net. 34 seconds to go on the power play. Opportunity here for the Devils to take a lead halfway through this one. And they'll send it back out top. Fake the pass, send it back up top. And that shot goes wide. Merchant with a nice hit along the boards. And Duke sends it around. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Hudson tries to get there. And he'll backhand it. Linsmeyer sends it down. And that'll do it for the power play.
Ian Hutchison looking very solid, and all in all, great job there by State. A little bit perplexed at Duke's power play system. I didn't really like that they had 2 men behind the net. It really limited their opportunities in the slot, which is going to be crucial.
Long pass was deflected, so that'll be icing. 9:13 to go. I'll tell you what, I would not have believed you if you told me with 9:13 left in the second period this would be a 1-1 game, but I mean, really, if you're NC State, like we mentioned at the intermission, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, some shots are going to get through, no?
Absolutely, Ethan. And looking at the way that State's been playing, I don't feel like it's been complete. Even though they're winning on the shot count, overall, Ethan, it just hasn't been that great.
State almost had control of the puck there. Banashevitz and Jimenez were leaking out. They do that often, and it works. 3-on-2 the other way. Jimenez and Banashevitz. Opportunity for Jimenez. He scores. There you go. It was only a matter of time. State had a 3-on-1 there. Jimenez and Banashevitz are so fast that they turned it into a 2-on-none, and Jimenez went top shelf to give NC State the lead.
Yeah, no problem there for Luis Jimenez, one of the best skaters in the ACCHL, and Barcelona bound after this season, Ethan. Luis just has incredible speed, and you saw it very well. His ability to skate from the defensive end through the neutral zone, beat the defender, create a 3-on-0 essentially with Sam Banashevitz, and took his own shot, and what a filthy 1-2 there, Ethan.
I'll tell you what, their speed was really evident on that one as Eric Todd gets a shot off the face-off. Not sure what happened to Decky on that one. He kind of ducked as he made the save.
I think Decky was expecting the pass to Banashevitz because typically on a 2-0 you make the pass. Sometimes they take the shot, but it's a 50-50 shot the other way. What a great goal by Luis Jimenez.
2-1 NC State. Second goal for this top line. Jimenez is 4th in 2 games. I'll tell you what, he was phenomenal the other night at PNC Arena. 8:43 to go. Second period. NC State leading Duke in their final ACCHL game of the year. Once again, they'll play UNCW tomorrow, and then they'll face West Virginia in 2 weeks, or twice next week. Got to figure out what I'm saying here. Another shot in on that rebound. Banashevitz couldn't get it, and State will keep it in. Banashevitz forced the turnover in front. Jimenez. Great save by Decky. I think it was a save. That was definitely a voice crack there. O'Rourke has it in the neutral zone now on the clear. Here comes Jimenez working on the near side. And he'll backhand it around. Duke gets it, and it goes to Banashevitz off of a bounce. O'Rourke back to Banashevitz. He'll work in front. Opportunity. Jimenez works around a man. Shot, another good save. O'Rourke tries to keep the puck in. And Duke gets it out eventually. He collided with the ref there.
I hope that wasn't a political statement by O'Rourke hitting McCrory.
Yeah, that would be something. Here comes State again. Banashevitz juking. Shot goes high. Excellent setup for Todd, but just a little high on the shot. Banashevitz takes a hit. Jimenez gets the puck now. I'll tell you what, this top line has spent about 90% of their time on the ice in the offensive zone here tonight. And State they'll keep it in there. Banashevitz sends a long one on net. Duke finally gets it out.
The dominant duo has really found their stride, Ethan, but they got to make sure they connect their passes well.
O'Rourke goes down, no penalty.
A little bit surprised that was an obvious trip. Skate, stick in between the legs right there. Just not a good call there by the refs.
Long pass up ahead. There's Todd looking for Kinney. Kinney backhander is saved by Decky. 7:01 to go. State leads 2-1. I'll tell you what, even if you're Duke, you'll still take this right now. And look, you're a fluke goal or a lucky bounce away from tying this one up. Duke hasn't won a game this year. State has the puck now off the faceoff. There's Merchant looking. He'll send it up top. Koeklenberg keeps it in. Send it around Alfonzetti. He'll let it go for Kinney. Great to have Kinney back. He has another excellent offensive piece for this team. Koeklenberg sends it on net. Doesn't get through into the corner. Alfonzetti has it now. He'll fake up top and working around another man. Excellent move, Tyler Alfonzetti. Couldn't get it backhander. Almost cleared out. Rushford keeps it in. And Alfonzetti gets it eventually, and they scored. Excellent pass from Alfonzetti. Ryan Kinney tipped it in on the doorstep. State takes the 3-1 lead.
The Silk Man himself, Ryan Kinney, as I call him in the first game that I saw him playing. It's good to see him back on the score sheet, Ethan. What a beautiful job right there by Rushford, pinching that puck to get it up to Alfonzetti. Alfonzetti, one of the most filthy players on the ice with his stick handling abilities. Got it over there to Kinney for a beautiful tip in right there. Welcome back, Ryan Kinney.
I've got that as his 4th goal of the season. At least the ACHA website does, not me. State takes a 3-1 lead. That was a really beautiful play. Rushford kept it in the zone. Alfonsetti had it in the corner as Alfonsetti fires that one high.
Not to mention, Ethan, there was almost no slot coverage there for Duke for defense-wise, so that puck was just a very clean pass, something they need to work on going forward.
Yeah, and just a great pass to the doorstep, and Kinney had an easy one. Tell you what, if State can get him going, and you get that second line going, those top two, I mean, the second line is as good as any other first line in the ACCHL.
Well, also, Trevor Merchant is becoming a mainstay on that second line as well, Ethan, so we could see more out of him, too, if that second line starts to connect, like you said.
Chris Wing sends it wide. Up top, there's Hudson now, back down low. Linsmeyer, and he sends it, looking for Hudson, sends it all the way down the ice. Chris Wing back to get it. So NC State finally has a little bit of distance, and they'll look to really put this one away with another goal or two in the final 5.5 minutes of the second period. Here comes Dewey working to the backhand, pass in front, and State couldn't get there. That was Linsmeyer looking for another goal. He's had a really good season for State. Another pass in front. The Luis Jimenez goal a couple minutes before Ryan Kinney was assisted by Ian O'Rourke, and he scored on what was more or less a breakaway. It was a 3-on-1, which turned into a 2-on-none because Jimenez and Banashevitz are just so much faster than everybody else.
Yeah,
and Jimenez went top
Yeah,
shelf.
and I saw one of the players back at the defensive end chip the puck up. I couldn't see the number right there, but I knew it was chipped up on that breakout pass.
And Alfonsetti certainly got one of the assists on the goal by Kinney. We'll wait to see if they give a second assist. Wide off the faceoff. Chris Wing sends it in on net. And State will keep it in the zone after all that. Here comes Wing. That's Dewey working. Tried to backhand it in front of the net. Duke gets it out of there. Under 5 minutes to go. State, well, they kept it in the zone momentarily. And Duke eventually got it out. State has it back now. Dewey will send it around. Linsmeyer working hard. He's the first one to the puck. Lets it go for Hudson. Hudson working. He'll make a nice pass to Wing. That was blocked in front. That didn't feel good. Hudson jukes around a man. Two Duke players out of the play. And an excellent pad save from Alex Decky. He looks a little frustrated. Wants some help from his defense. He's exhausted, I bet. Another shot, another save. That was a slap shot from Dewey. State tries to keep it in. The ref doesn't get out of the way to the dismay of the crowd.
You know, Ethan, Duke has two goaltenders. I'm not sure if they want to use both of them, but Decky is getting tired, giving up two this period. I would switch possibly for that third period.
So Rushford gets the second assist on the goal by Ryan Kinney.
Yeah, great job there on that goal right there by Rushford and Alfonsetti. Just a beautiful tic-tac-toe passing play. Can be done really no better right there.
Rushford kept it in the zone. Alfonsetti found Kinney. 3-on-2 for Duke. And Hutchison kicks the shot aside.
Again,
goes into the net.
Hutchison not being tested much, Ethan, but he's just looking so calm and composed in the net, just like how he looked last time these teams faced off back in October.
3:53 to go, 3-1. NC State. State wins the face-off. There's Mura behind the net. Once again, his first game as a member of the Wolfpack. Here comes Duke the other way now. And they'll lose the puck. Troll has it momentarily. Costigan gets it. There's Mura. Up ahead, Schwartz lets it go through his skates. And he beats the Duke defender to it. Looked like that could have been icing. But the Duke defender, I don't know what he was doing. Duke has it now behind their own net. Costigan put in some pressure on. And Duke will maybe look to get it out, maybe not. Pass deflected, but it eventually gets out of the zone. Here come the Devils the other way. And Mura has it again. Up ahead, looking for, I believe that was O'Rourke, who'll find Troll. 3-on-2 for the fourth line for the Pack. Little confusion, so nothing much comes of that. A troll behind the net. He can't get it. 2:44 to go. Duke trying to get it out. They've struggled with that all night. They get it out now. In the neutral zone, they'll send it down. Mura's going to go back to get it. Schwartz goes down looking for a penalty. Isn't going to get it. State had Eric Todd long. Couldn't get it to him. He'll take it in now. 1-on-3. His shot blocked. And Jimenez gets it. Dances around and scores. Luis Jimenez on fire. Picked up the loose puck and went top left of the net, and NC State takes a 4-1 lead.
Luis Jimenez is lost in the sauce. What a silky play right there by Luis Jimenez to get that puck, move it to the slot, and make that quick snapshot. Unbelievable move right there. I just can't say much more, Ethan. That was just, that made my day. That was beautiful.
It was really a great shot from Jimenez. Nothing really you can do about that. Jimenez is usually the guy setting everybody else up, but he can definitely score, and he showed it the last 2 games. He's got 5 goals. He finds Banishevitz here, and he scores. He shot that one so quickly I couldn't tell that it even went in, but it did. Jimenez will have his 3rd point of the night, I believe, and Banishevitz has his 2nd goal.
You know, Ethan, what do we say in that last game? The dominant duo, once they find their stride, they're going to get right back on track. We're seeing it right here. This is unbelievable showing right there between Banishevitz and Jimenez. Once again, the stars of NC State hockey. Beautiful tic-tac-toe passing play once again. Sam has 2 goals in the night. 1 more could be his hat trick.
We'll look to get a time between how quick those goals were. I don't think it was any more than 15 or 20 seconds. And Hutchison will make that save.
Larceny, what a save right there by Ian Hutchison. Beautiful job cherry picking right there. Really simple glove save right there. I wouldn't even say simple. That was a hard shot there, Ethan. Great job by Hutchison.
So NC State breaking it open 5-1. Told you it was only a matter of time. Rushford now behind the net. And Duke will keep it in the zone. Duke looking like they're kind of running out of gas. Here comes Banishevitz again, 3-on-1. Pass across, and that was Jimenez lift on his shot, looking for the hat trick. Banishevitz again, open in front of the net. Todd had it. Another good save for Decky. I'll tell you what, this is the 2nd game in a row where we've seen a goaltender give up, well, 5 goals so far. And goaltenders played really well, still giving up a bunch of goals.
Todd finally found his niche in the slot right there and got a beautiful shot right there. Really good job of positioning right there by Todd to pick up that rebound like I've been looking for all night here, Ethan. And all in all, State has really just been doing a spectacular job.
Alfonsetti has it off the faceoff. Duke sends it down. 1.5 minutes to go in the period. Oh, dangerous opportunity there for, I wouldn't even call that an opportunity, just dangerous. And State dodges a bullet. Hutchison and Rushford almost ran into each other. Here comes Duke in the neutral zone. Once again, we don't have a accurate Duke roster. State has the 3-on-2 the other way. We don't know their numbers, and we don't really know who's who. But we do have leaders. In points anyway. Here comes State behind the net. Under a minute to go, 2nd period. Opportunity there. Koeklenberg. He's still looking for his 1st goal of his NC State career. In front of the net, and it gets out.
Looking for that 1st goal, Ethan, is so critical for John Koeklenberg. I'm sure he wants to change the lace color of his skates. The color of his laces on his skates. I'm getting tripped up here, Ethan, but nonetheless, getting that 1st goal is going to be crucial.
30 seconds to go. State will look to get 1 more here. Opportunity here. Good pass. Kenny finds Alfonsetti, but State can't keep it in the zone. So the Jimenez goal to make it 4-1 was unassisted, and then Banishevitz scored, assisted by Jimenez and Eric Todd. 10 seconds to go on the period.
That's Todd's 2nd assist on the night, Ethan. My player to watch for tonight, really doing a spectacular job.
Got a whistle here, 3 seconds to go. Not sure what the whistle's for, maybe a penalty.
John Koeklenberg for interference, it seems.
Opening up the State box. This will be State's 3rd penalty of the day. Koeklenberg is indeed the guy taking a seat. So Duke will have 1:57 in the third period of power play. A minute 57 of power play in the third period.
Waiting for the draw right here. 3 seconds left. They're just going to try to win it and clear it and make sure they just kill time.
Johnson just sits on the puck. That was a long 3 seconds, I gotta say. Anyway, State breaks it open, 4 goals in the second period, and they lead 5-1. We'll be back with an interview with Coach Jeff Wing and more on our second intermission here on PackTV.
Well, that was a period, Coach. Zach Solari for PackTV alongside assistant coach Jeff Wing. Now, Coach, you have 5 fingers. You got 5 goals. You got 50 shots in that period, Coach. What went right?
We quit doing what we were doing in the first period. I think we just came out so slow in the first period, and we weren't playing our game. I think what happened in the second period, we started playing our game, a lot of quick, short passes, speed, and things started going well.
Now, of course, the dominant duo, Sam Beneshev and Luis Jimenez. Of course, we have to talk about that. They've had incredible chemistry so far tonight. As far as I've seen right here, except for Luis Jimenez's breakout goal, the 4th one of tonight, they've basically been on each other's plays basically all night. Talk about their play tonight and how the backyard brawl on Monday really sparked their performance tonight.
You took away my comment. It was they really were. Honestly, they weren't clicking the weekend before, and then the backyard brawl, they got it together, and then it just followed through into this. So after the first period, of course. But
it's a great game as well. Now, Coach, of course, Ian Hutchison tonight got the start. He's played very well so far tonight. Has only been tested 10 times, has made 9 saves, but still, what have you seen from him tonight?
I think he's in the zone, right? That's all you want from your goal is he's tracking the puck. If that last shot, I think he snared it with his glove side. So he's making saves in all the places he needs to make them. So stick save, glove save. He's really tracking the puck no matter where it's coming. He's getting it. So we're happy with that.
One thing, Coach, that I've been particularly pleased with tonight, I'm not sure how you and the coaching staff feel, is your offensive zone presence and your offensive zone pressure. You've been doing a good job for when Duke is trying to make a breakout to make sure that you keep the puck within their zone. Now, Coach, you do a great job of passing as well. So over the past week in practice, what happened with your team to talk about offensive zone pressure and, more importantly, a good, solid, crisp, and clean, not too fancy passing game?
Yeah. Actually, we worked on both the forecheck and the back check. So a lot of times you'll see if we are keeping a lot of pressure, again, it's more in the second than the first, keeping a lot of pressure on them in their offensive zone. Even if they get out, if we track the puck carrier, everybody picks up a man coming back, then they're going to have less of an opportunity to score on our end. So I think it's both the offensive zone and neutral zone that was a focus this week.
It's a really, really great period, Coach, and we thank you for joining us here on PackTV. I'm Zach Solai. We'll be right back with me and Ethan Barry for third period adjustments right here on PackTV.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Carytown Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Back here for the second intermission, Ethan Berry, Zach Sawai, NC State leads Duke 5-1. Zach, it's a 4-goal lead, for NC State. Duke just isn't very good, haven't won a game this year. The game's not over, I think. I mean, the first 5 minutes, if Duke can get a goal in the first 5 minutes, I think things might get a little interesting. Probably not, but might. So we'll see. NC State's got to get off to a quick start. But what does NC State need to do to make sure that Duke doesn't get back in the game?
Stop turning over the puck. The depth, as a course of NC State, is great, Ethan, but they lack a little bit in speed. As you've seen with Hayden Dewey a few times, he was rushing up the ice. Of course, one of the best depth players on the team, but he's a little bit on the slower side, so he's got to make sure to have a little bit more puck control as well for the rest of the team as well, because more turnovers lead to more offensive opportunities for Duke.
State stayed out of the penalty box so far. They got to continue to do that in the third period, to be blunt, and they really got to do that the rest of the way. For Duke, in order to maybe not even get back in the game, but maybe a moral victory, what do they need to do to get a moral victory?
I think just make sure they have better defense in front of Decky. I think for the entire night, Decky has been standing on his head all by himself. Those 5 goals, I would say maybe 1 or 2 of them were actually his fault. The defensive lapses in Duke for them were very apparent. So I think right now Duke really needs to make sure, if they can't get any more goals, to play good, strong defense in front of Decky.
Ian Hutchison, first start of the season, second appearance of the year. What have you seen from him? Only faced 10 shots. Defense has been good. What have you seen from Ian?
There was a big clap bomb from the point, actually, that Duke made, and he made a very good glove save. And that's just the kind of glove saves you want to see from a strong 6'1" goaltender like Hutchison. And I've been really liking his game tonight. It's been very calm and composed, Ethan. And all in all, I think he's had a good game tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll finish out this game playing well. We'll see what NC State can do in the third period to get their final win of the ACCHL season. We'll be back here, third period puck drop, coming up momentarily on PackTV.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
WKNC 88.1 is student-run non-commercial radio from North Carolina State University. We pride ourselves on our alternative programming of indie rock, electronic, metal, and underground hip-hop. Boasting 25,000 watts, WKNC can be heard throughout the Triangle and far beyond via our webcast. Listen to us on your radio at 88.1 FM, online at wknc.org/listen, or through the student media app for Android and iPhone. Check out our program schedule at wknc.org and follow us on social media at WKNC 881.
Third period underway here in the Raleigh Iceplex. NC State leading Duke 5-1. Matt Costigan with a quick shot on net. It goes out of play. NC State on the penalty kill, playing shorthanded here to start
the third period. 147 left on, I believe it's John Kokenberg taking a seat. And Duke will, like I said in the intermission, Zach, quick power play goal, you never know what can happen. But NC State's been in control of this one from the start. 50 shots on goal so far. 10 for Duke. Courtesy of our good friend Josh Cannon. Appreciate his efforts up here with us. Duke headed the other way. 1:15 to go on the power play. For Duke, their third of the day, have not scored a power play goal yet. Down low on the goal line, lurking, coming in, pass across, nobody there. Duke will set it back up at the blue line, under a minute to go. Another quick shot on net, rebound, good initial save. Duke couldn't get a glove up. We're gonna stick on the rebound, we got another whistle.
I think that was just a plain high sticking call. Tap the puck down with the high stick. But where was the defense right there, Ethan? There was a lot of lapsing right there by the defensive core right there for State, including Costigan and Hudson and even Chris Wing. They seemed very out of position, and Hutchison was left out to dry.
Duke keeps it in off the face-off. And they'll set it up. 45 seconds to go on the power play, and Hutchison makes another glove save.
A little bit of a fumble right there, but he still made the puck, made the save. Great job there by Hutchison again. Just a strong, solid job there, Ethan.
42 seconds left, 18:45 to go in the period. Duke with their best power play action of the game so far. They'll set it up. Player goes down in front of the ice. Eric Johnson putting pressure on the puck, but Duke keeps it in. 20 seconds to go. Long pass intercepted. And here comes Schwartz and Johnston, 2-on-1. Schwartz across, Johnston loses it. And he'll collect it behind the Duke net, excuse me. And Duke will eventually take it back. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Nice hit there. Ethan Schwartz. And the power play's over. Duke back behind their own net. Johnston will look to get there. He cannot. And Schwartz has it. Jimenez there now. And he'll look to set things up. Good backhand pass there, O'Rourke. O'Rourke's really been looking for a goal today. Hasn't got one yet.
Great save there by, looks like Decky is still in the net. Good job by him tonight so far. Really good breakout as well from Schwartz and Johnston. Johnston was trying to be a little bit too fancy with that puck right there. Tried to do a nice toe drag move back up to the forehand. Couldn't pull it off, Ethan, and that's why he gave that puck up.
Jimenez and Banashevitz both looking for hat tricks. Sam's not going to get it there as it's deflected out of play.
Now, wouldn't it be something if both players got a hat trick tonight, Ethan?
I wouldn't put it past them. 17:40 to go. Face-off's going to go over to the other side now. Duke wins it. I'll tell you what, Decky's probably played the best game of his college career. So he deflects another one out of play.
State so far perfect on the penalty kill tonight, 4 for 4 if I'm not mistaken. A really 3 for 3, my apologies. It's a little bit hard to keep up sometimes, but still nonetheless, State's doing a great job.
Another save there off of a shot from O'Rourke. He looked like a catcher in baseball on that one, framing it for a strike. It was a little high though. We'll call that a ball. Another face-off. And Duke, not really sure what the goal of that was, but Jimenez keeps it in. O'Rourke kicks it to his stick now along the blue line, working behind the goal line. O'Rourke is determined to get a goal. He goes down. Decky goes down as well. They blew the whistle.
Decky looks hurt. That's not going to be good for Duke. He's getting up. That's a good. No, he's still on the ice. I didn't know what was going on right there. They might need to bring in Nick Barr after all, Ethan.
O'Rourke, I'm not really sure if O'Rourke got tripped or if he slipped. He went down on into Decky, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a penalty, Ethan. It was just a simple he fell on top.
Yeah. So we'll have the face-off outside the blue line now. Decky Stays in the game. Not sure that he actually got hurt. Here's Jimenez. Centering pass across, looking for Banishevic's hat trick. They don't get it there. Refs are having a nice conversation out at the neutral zone right now while play's going on. I don't know why, but we got another whistle. I'll tell you what, 17 minutes to go in a 5-1 game. Not sure why there's so many whistles.
The team is excited for the ACCHL tournament, Ethan. It's going to be a fun weekend of a lot of hockey and a lot of enjoyment. It's going to be great for these guys morale-wise.
Goes behind the net there. And Kenny will kick it back out. Mura sends it around. In front of the netting, Kenny scores. I couldn't really tell what happened there. I'm not sure who that was behind the net, but well, Merchant's going first, so I guess he got the goal.
It was actually Kenny, Ethan, but what a beautiful play by Eric Mura. In his first game tonight, made a beautiful pass right there to Merchant, who was behind the net, who then made the pass to Ryan Kenny, who was out in front for the tip. What another tic-tac-toe goal. It is now 6-1 NC State. Beautiful job right there by the third line. Third line. That is the second line.
Yeah, that's the second
Whoops.
line. That was a confusing play, but Kenny puts it in the back of the net, and now he's got 2 goals. So State has 3 players with 2 goals. And so those 3 will look to get a hat trick as State now leads 6-1, 16:24 to go. Yeah, so it is Kenny's goal. It's announced over the PA. And pass across. Kokenberg, they're definitely going to try to get him a goal here. And he'll send that one on net. Another nice catch. Another ball, though.
It's been a strong game, Ethan, from Decky, and you got to feel for him. It's just more defensive lapses in front of him, and that last goal, you can't blame him for that.
Alfonsetti again, another glove save. Yeah, I mean, he's just faced so many shots. I mean, it's just... He's got a .780 save percentage coming into this one. He's been at least 90% today, even though State has 6 goals. But, you know, he's played well, and, you know, he just needs some help in front of him, which he hasn't gotten. Duke behind the State net now. They'll look to set up an offensive play here. That one goes behind the net. Looked like Ellis Rushford was tangling with somebody. Kenny comes the other way. He's got Alfonsetti and Merchant alongside. Here comes Kenny. He'll look to set it up. And it almost deflected into the net for a hat trick. When it went over the net, here's Alfonsetti now. And he is off the puck, knocked off the puck momentarily. He'll go for the wraparound. And Duke made the save, rebound, and they'll cover up eventually on the other side of the net.
Great finagling there by Alfonsetti. What a beautiful job to make sure he got to the front of the net right there and had a beautiful look right there. And just Alfonsetti's a very silky kind of guy. He's not a player that's going to be scoring a lot, but he's going to be driving that net, using his small frame to create opportunities. And that's exactly what you want, Ethan. Make sure he gets in there to pass it back to the point. He's having a good night tonight, Ethan.
So Merchant gets the assist on Kenny's second goal. Got another whistle. Tell you what, first 5 minutes of this period couldn't go by any slower. State wins the faceoff again. Here's Chris Wing deflected in and rebound. State couldn't get it. They'll send it back up top to the blue line. Chris Wing again fires wide. Hudson will try to get there, and Duke shovels it out, and that'll be icing. .14:51 to go.
Just about 11 o'clock, Ethan. It's another late night. Not as late as some of the games that we've been announcing here on PackTV, but nonetheless, a little bit late. Players are going to be getting a little bit of fatigue.
Hudson gives it to Wing, and another save by Decky. We'll be back here tomorrow. Face-off scheduled for 8:45, probably be around 9. NC State facing UNCW. I'll tell you what, Zach, the best game we've done all year was in Wilmington. And State won 5-4 in probably 7th or 8th round of the shootout.
Banashevitz tied the game up with about a minute left, with Joey Hall pulled out of the net. If we get a game half as good as that one tomorrow, I'll be pleased. State in the offensive zone now. And there's Dewey. He'll look on the far side. Centering pass went through Johnston's skates. Duke gets it out of there. 2-on-3. They'll just dump it in and chase. And they get there first. Chris Wing and Hudson down there for the Pack. And Duke keeps it in, at least momentarily. Hudson has it now. And he'll work out of trouble. Long pass up ahead, Dewey. He's got a 2-on-1 with Johnston if they want it. Dewey up ahead, Johnston, great save. Alex Decky with another great save. Here's Linsmeyer now off of a second chance, and Duke player goes down.
That was the right call there, Ethan.
Going to be a trip on Linsmeyer, I think.
That was the right call. Stick was right where it should have been for a trip. It could have been either a hook or a chip, but it looks like they're going to call a tripping penalty. Oh no, they're going to call a hook. My apologies, but nonetheless, the player went down. Bad situation of events. State looking good in the penalty kill so far, 3 for 3. They could go 4 for 4 here. Penalty kill historically this season hasn't been too good, but tonight has been looking very well.
13:44 to go. Duke's 4th power play of the game, as you mentioned. We got another whistle because why not?
It's either a high sticking penalty. O'Rourke's going to go for a high sticking penalty. That's not good. A 5-on-3. This could kill some momentum here for State. So really, I think Coach Gazzillo should just use his timeout. I said earlier, but right now would be a good time. Players looking tired, and they have a 5-on-3 for essentially the next 2 minutes. This is not a good situation.
Yeah, minute 56. Alfonzetti trying to get a read on the penalty killers. Alfonzetti, Mura, and Hudson are out there for the Pack. So Duke will have 2 minutes to try to cut into this deficit. Another shot on Hutchison. He makes the save. Duke gets the rebound back up top. Wind up, big slap shot. They'll make a pass instead. Alfonzetti intercepts it. He'll head the other way. 1-on-1, 1-on-2 now. And he lost the puck. And he'll get it back. Another opportunity. Good defensive play there. Duke, Alfonzetti going 1-on-5. And we're going to have a delayed penalty. I'll tell you what, this is something right now. So we're playing 5-on-4. State doesn't have a goalie in, but Duke finally touches up.
One of the players slashed Tyler Alfonzetti, I believe it was, and I saw what happened, and that was a blatant slash, Ethan. And now that Duke player is going to go to the box, that's going to be a 4-on-3 for the next minute or so here. And all in all, Ethan, I think that State really needs to make sure they get these penalties done in time because they're going to have 50 seconds of a power play.
Alfonzetti went 1-on-3, and then it was 1-on-5. That was pretty impressive, and he drew the penalty. Here comes Duke now. They'll head the other way. 12:40 to go. Send that one around. They'll set it up on the near side. Working now. Plenty of ice space. 4-on-3. Duke has the extra man. Or they're a man up, I should say. They'll move in. Deflected. Great save. Ian Hutchison. 40 seconds to go on the 4-on-3. (12:23) left in the game.
I'm surprised that Bentland didn't take the shot right there when he had that puck. I think it was either 42 or 44. I couldn't see very well, but nonetheless, he made the pass when he could have easily taken the shot, and there would have been a scoring opportunity nonetheless. So very interesting sequence of events there once again.
Chris Wing clears it out into the neutral zone. He's out there with Merchant and Hudson for the Pack. Merchant with a nice hit along the boards. And Duke with a cluster here. They got 4 guys in one spot. And Chris Wing gets it out of the zone. Excellent hustle play there from the senior. 10 seconds to go as Duke's going to have to go back into their own zone now. State's about to get a power play. 5 seconds left of the 4-on-3. Big slap shot. Hutchison makes the save. And so we'll have 4-on-4 for 5 seconds, and then State will have a 5-on-4 power play.
Good time to settle down. O'Rourke's been on the offensive rush all night tonight, so to get him quickly in 5 seconds on that power play, on the breakout into the Duke end, very strategic move there. I think it's going to be pretty darn good.
Banashevitz takes the face-off. He wins it, and State's going to go up a man here. Here comes the power play. State looking for hat tricks for Jimenez Banashevitz. Nice dance move, but his shot was deflected wide. That was a great move. Wing up top now. He'll find Banashevitz. 38 seconds to go. Down low, Jimenez. He has to go off his stick. And he'll get it back to Banashevitz. He'll hold at the top of the key. Back to Jimenez. Banashevitz cuts through like a basketball play. Hit wing has it. Down low, Hudson now. 20 seconds to go. State, all that's missing tonight is a power play goal, and Wing has to go off the stick. So State will have to set it up again. Jimenez looking for Banashevitz. He finds him. Cutting through the defense, almost goes down. His pass across, good pass for Todd in front, and Banashevitz scored, I believe. That's going to be a hat trick for Sam Banashevitz.
I'm not sure if that was still on the power play, but that's a great job of Banashevitz moving to the front of the net, picking up the juicy rebound right there, right on the doorstep. Really great job there by Banashevitz from Todd.
Yeah, really just a scrum in front of the net as we have a hat come onto the ice. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was on the power play or not. It was at the very end, if it was.
That's Eric Todd's 3rd assist of the night, Ethan. He's doing a great job so far. I'm really liking his game. It's under the radar, and that's one of the great things about Todd. If that is a power play goal, Ethan, that'll be 1 for 5 on the night. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to say no power play goal right now, but either way, State's power play is going to have to get better one way or another. 7-1 now, State. They've done it all on even strength goals. Hat trick for Sam Banashevitz, Jimenez, and Kenny have 2 apiece. State will head the other way now. Costigan with a shot, another good save by Decky. Zach, this game was 1-1 20 minutes ago. Or less than 20 minutes ago, I guess. But you really knew it was only a matter of time before NC State started getting the puck past Decky. We're going to have a goalie change for Duke now. And
Nick Barra. No, wait, no.
No, there's no 31 on the roster. So we have no idea who the new goalie is. I would guess that it's not Barra because he usually starts. But anyway, we'll see if the new goalie can make much of a difference. Banashevitz now playing defense. He's going to try to help some of his buddies get a goal. State up 7-1. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd.
And pulling Decky, I mean, he looks distraught there on the bench, giving up 7 goals. But the thing is, he gave up 7 goals on 60-plus shots.
Yeah.
This was an intense game there for Decky, and you got to feel for him as a person. And the coaches over there are sympathizing with him. Still, he's frustrated, of course. A lot of players are like that, making sure their game's to perfection. But he had a long and a busy night.
State has 65 shots is what the word we've got. And, I mean, you face that many shots. I mean, what can you even do, you know? That's going to be icing again. It's waved off. Banashevitz is back to get it. And he'll tip it ahead. Duke sends it back in. Mira behind his own net. Banashevitz sends it ahead. And Troll is there along his bench. Mira now. He's got Banashevitz. Banashevitz looking for Schwartz. Schwartz gets knocked off the puck. And it's deflected out of play. 9:18 to go. 7-1 NC State. Tell you what. Yeah, so Eric Todd and Luis Jimenez get assists on Sam's 3rd goal of the night. Sam moving back to play defense so that other guys can get an opportunity to score. Really just highlights the kind of player that he is. For all of his personal accomplishments, he really just wants to win. And, talking to him regularly, I mean, he would trade all his goals just for winning games. The icing's waved off. And, moving back to defense with 10 minutes left in this game to help his teammates get goals is, absolutely something that he would do. Scrum, well, not really a scrum. Puck in front of the net. State had a couple opportunities there, but it'll head the other way. Koeklenberg back to play it. And there's Merchant. He'll tip it ahead. Alfonzetti. Kenny's got 2 goals. He's looking for a third and a hat trick. Alfonzetti loses the puck moving forward. Merchant with a big hit. Alfonzetti gets it back. Alfonzetti working. He'll backhand it to Rushford. Now he's going to come along the goal line now. And it's going to come up top. Big hit there behind the goal. Merchant has it. He'll leave it for Kenny. Kenny working. He's double teamed, and we're going to have a battle on the boards. Duke trying to get it out of there. Alfonzetti has it. Rushford keeps it in. Works around a man. He fires in it. Deflected. I think if that hadn't hit the defenseman, it would have gone in, Zach. Alfonzetti now tries to juke around a man and does. Here he comes, looking, and he scores, but it's waved off.
The whistle blew before that. I'm not entirely sure why they're going to call a penalty, I think, on Kenny.
For what?
It looked like it'd be a hook, Ethan, and we couldn't.
How? He had the puck.
That I'm speechless. Oh man, I mean, they got to make the tough calls, Ethan. And there was such a scrum in front of the net; it was very hard to see what was going on. So,
okay, well, I guess so Alfonzetti had the puck. Kenny got called for the penalty. So I guess he didn't have the puck when he got called for the penalty. But that's an interesting one. So our good friend Josh Cannon is telling us it was goalie interference, which I guess would make sense. But, yeah, well. Linsmeyer working ahead now, shorthanded, 7:22 to go. Yeah, that's what it was. Good call by Josh, and 1:41 to go on the power play. Hutchinson makes a save. Hutchinson's been solid. He only saw 3 shots in the first period, but he's hasn't been called on a lot, but when he has been, he's made the saves. And another good save there.
Yeah, that was a great one. Drifting away from the puck, he still put his pad on it. Really great job right there.
Johnson headed the other way. He'll dump it ahead. Took a punch to the face there, and Duke's going to get called for a penalty. He can't really do that. I'm not really sure if it was inadvertent or not, but either way.
So that's going to be interference, Ethan, most likely because that was a punch, and that's not something you should do. Johnson didn't have the puck right there, so it's now going to be a 4-on-4 for a minute and a half. State will go on the power play once again for 30 seconds. Still not sure if the last goal was on the power play or not. I guess we're going to call it up here as not a power play goal. So they have a chance to go 1 for 6 if they get scored in the 30 seconds that they have left.
Minute 30, minute 27, I should say, of 4-on-4 before we do that. I'll tell you what, I loved your analysis there. Punching is bad. I agree. If you're listening at home, definitely don't punch people. Would agree with you on that one. Here's Hudson now. Blue line, wing fires and deflected wide. Hudson back to get it. And he'll work around, holding, loses the puck, and Duke gets it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's Duke's 3rd power play that's been cut short by a penalty of their own. That's just not something you can do. Probably wouldn't make a difference in the game, but either way. Troll with a good play there. Puck sent in on net. Hutchinson didn't see it, but it goes wide. Stayed up ahead the other way now. Duke gets there first. And Chris Wing will play it in the neutral zone. Long pass, he'll find Troll. 37 seconds of 4-on-4 left. Troll gets it back in the middle of the ice. Here he comes, and he goes down. Good defensive play as Duke heads the other way. Players look pretty tired at this point, I would say. 5:52 to go. 20 seconds of 4-on-4. State will have 30 seconds of a power play. Big game tomorrow. Really a rivalry game. You don't think of NC State and UNCW as rivals, Zach, but I mean, I would say they really are at this point as Dewey has the puck swiped away
State's
from him.
about to go on a 4-on-3 here, Ethan. This is going to be interesting.
State has the puck. It'll actually be a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds once Duke touches it, if they touch it. There's Mira. Kinney's got it. He'll hold. Backhander in front. Opportunity. And I thought I heard a whistle. I did not. Jimenez has it. Back up top, Banishevitz. He'll look. Banishevitz. He fires. Save. Rebound wide by Costigan. 8 seconds to go. Here comes State again. There's Mira. Dewey off the post. Banishevitz has it. Power play's over, so we're 5-on-5, 6-on-5 deflect or delayed penalty as puck's deflected out.
It's a high sticking call, Ethan, and that was a long sequence of events right there, and really great job right there by the State forecheck to be able to get in and get a good amount of offensive pressure. Going to go on a power play for the next 2 minutes. Right now they're 0
for 6. I've got
0 for 6, so they can go 1 for 7 here. Power play's got to be better, like you said. They've been looking good. They just haven't capitalized tonight.
State wins the faceoff. Jimenez, Banishevitz, O'Rourke, Todd, and Mura for the Pack. Eric Mura once again playing his first game. Jimenez on net, and O'Rourke tried to get a rebound in. He wraps it around. That looked like it was in the net.
Sadly,
it looked like the goalie, once again, we don't know his name. It looked like the goalie had stopped the puck inside the line, though.
and because of the ACHA, they don't have the resources in normal professional hockey leagues would, like a camera in the net to make sure that puck did go in or not. So for now, it's going to be no goal.
Jimenez has it, and it's deflected out of play. People always ask us, whenever we're doing games, anywhere really, if we have replay, and we don't. We're hoping to soon, but we're not here for replays. We're here to broadcast. .430 left in this one. 1:30 on the power play for State. Here's Jimenez along the board's near side. Holding, working. He's just walking in front now. Here's Banishevitz. He'll set up Mura. Over there's Todd. And Todd will set it back up at the blue line. He'll hold. Down low. And he loses the puck out of the offensive zone. 1:10 to go. And here comes Todd again. He finds O'Rourke. He sends it wide. I think they're trying to get O'Rourke at the goal here. Todd working in front, deflected. Actually wasn't deflected, O'Rourke was there. Banishevitz has it. Here's Mura. He'll send it over Todd, back to Mura. He'll fire, and it's blocked in front. State will get it again. Todd, 45 seconds to go. Jimenez across Banishevitz, and oh, we send it wide. I was expecting that to go in, honestly. Here's Jimenez. Again, 30 seconds to go. Across, there's Mura. He'll lose it, and it's in front. And Banishevitz takes it out of that scrum. In front, here's Todd across looking for O'Rourke. Couldn't get it to him. Jimenez now. This is a good power play for State. They just got to put it in the net. There's Jimenez. Good save there. Jimenez gets it back behind the net, kicks it to his stick. 10 seconds to go. Back up top, Mura loses it for a second, gets it back. Across Banishevitz. He'll fire. That's a wicked slap shot. Power play is going to end. State 0 for 7. Banishevitz again sends it wide. I think he's showing off at this point. There's Mura, sends it on net. Todd looking to bat it in. He can't. Still holding behind the net. Working. Still has it. Up top, Banishevitz finds Mura cutting to the net. Mura backhander as he goes down. Duke takes control. 2:30 left in this game. Boy, I'll tell you what, Banishevitz has a big hit. And O'Rourke had a hit too, but I think O'Rourke is going to be the one taking a seat.
You're looking at Banishevitz too.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be Sam.
And it looks like Sam will not get that hat trick tonight, but still nonetheless, it's 3 goals in 2 games. Ethan, what more can you ask him?
Oh, he does have a hat trick tonight.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
He has a hat trick tonight. I'm gonna tell myself that
yeah.
for a while.
2:21 to go.
Duke will have their 7th power play of the game. Tell you what, 8 goals in this one so far. No power play goals for either team. That's pretty surprising. I think State might have more shorthanded chances than Duke does on the power play, but anyway. Duke behind the net. They'll set it up top to the blue line. Just playing out the last couple minutes of this one. 1:40 to go. In front, it's blocked, and I can't tell who that is. That's Alfonzetti. He's working. He's faster than everybody else. He's got a breakaway, and he scores. Tyler Alfonzetti with an easy backhander, shorthanded breakaway, and NC State leads 8-1.
Not a problem there for Alfonzetti. What beautiful speed he had driving in from the defensive zone on the penalty kill. Really great speed, really good job right there. 8-1 now for NC State. This is their highest scoring game since Charlotte back in November, Ethan. This has been a really good game so far.
State finally scores a special teams goal. Not a power play, though. Here comes Duke, and they'll send it on net. Open rebound, and it went wide. Not sure who got a stick on it, but Hutchison kind of lost it. Duke now behind Hutchison. Just over a minute to go on the power play. They'll get it back to the blue line. They barely keep it in. Here comes Duke, and Koeklenberg will get it. Oh, it took a weird bounce off the wall, and Hutchison covers up. 53 seconds left on the power play.
You know, 1:14 left in the game, Ethan, and this has been over for a while. It's just been a great game, Ethan. There's not much more I can say about it.
Merchant gets the assist on the shorthanded breakaway goal for Tyler Alfonzetti. Duke wins the face-off. Tell you what, that's a big boy they got on the blue line there. They'll send it back up top. It goes all the way down. And the goalie's going to have to come out to play it. Otherwise, O'Rourke would have had a breakaway. He almost got the puck there, but Duke will take over. 30 seconds to go on the power play. 50 seconds in the game. State with 4 goals each in the, well, I guess 3 goals here in the third period. 4 in the second. And 40 seconds left in this one. 15 on the power play. Duke just playing out the string here. Here they come. Working, maybe looking for a centering pass. He'll go behind the net. 4 guys clustered in one area. 5 seconds to go. Banashevitz is going to come out of the box, get into the play, and back out at neutral zone. There's Chris Wang. 15 seconds to go. Long pass up ahead. Here's Hudson. He'll look ahead. There's O'Rourke. They're trying to get him a goal. He almost had one there. 5 seconds left. There's Costigan. And he'll hold. And that'll do it. State wins 8-1. Second win in a row for the Pack as Chris Wing and Ian Hutchison go down there.
Wing took a slip and tripped up Hutchison there. That was pretty funny.
Anyway, State wins at 8-1. Sam Banashevitz with a hat trick. 2 teams will shake hands. Zach, your quick thoughts on this one?
State really picked it up from the beginning, Ethan. I believe they got the first goal against tonight.
Yeah, Duke scored first.
Duke did score first, and they came back. They stepped up their momentum. I still think they came out aggressive early on, Ethan, but all in all, they really just did a spectacular job.
State finishes with a 78-19 shot advantage. So, yeah, that's pretty good, in case you're counting at home. We'll be back momentarily. Going to have post-game interviews with Coach Mike Gazzillo and our player of the game, Zach. I mean, we see Banashevitz and Jimenez every game, but Ian Hutchison was pretty good tonight.
I think we're going to give it to Ian Hutchison. He played a really solid job, an under-the-radar job as well, so we're going to hope to have him up here and have a good conversation with him about what went right tonight.
Yep, we'll be back to do that as the home team salutes the crowd. NC State beats Duke 8-1 here at the Iceplex in Raleigh. We'll be back with our post-game show here momentarily on PackTV. Welcome back to the Iceplex here, Ethan Berry and Zach Sawaya. Zach, 30 minutes into this one, it was a 1-1 game, and NC State scored 7 goals the last 30 minutes. What changed for State in the second half of the game?
Somebody must have said something, Ethan, and when you look at the shots, 78-19, that's not a normal game of shots. Somebody must have said something to step up in the locker room and to make sure these guys give their full 110%, even if it is against a struggling Duke team. So tonight really was a team win, a great job, of course. Banashevitz had 3 goals, Jimenez had 2, Kinney had 2, and Alfonsetti had a good one as well. It was a good all-around effort from the team. Eric Todd, of course, had 3 assists tonight. My player to watch for tonight. Had an outstanding game from him as well. Had a lot of good face-off wins and things like that. So it was a good win, Ethan.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention during the game, no Will Bieberdorf and no Andrew Kristoff. I don't even think I realized that until just now. But State played well without them, and they should be getting them back tomorrow night or next week. We don't really know, but we'll definitely let you know when we find out. Another guy, I mean, you talk about Banashevitz, Jimenez, and Kinney, and obviously Alfonsetti had his goal. Who's another guy that played well for State, even though you didn't see it on the score sheet?
John Coquelenberg. Actually, no, even Ian O'Rourke. Ian O'Rourke had a spectacular game. The team was trying to find him, and he just couldn't get it in the end of the night, but he did a great job of jumping in the rush. Of course, John Coquelenberg had a great game as well, but in this instance, Ian O'Rourke had a really stellar game, one of the best games I've seen from him this season.
Yeah, he was really looking for that goal. He came out firing early and often. Didn't get a goal today, but based on how he played tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get one soon. Moving forward, you finished 7-2 in the ACCHL, 14 points. State will still most likely finish third. They'll be the 3rd seed in the ACCHL tournament. But moving forward, you still got 3 games before the ACCHL tournament, and those aren't as important as the ACCHL tournament. But how is momentum from this game going to help State tomorrow night against UNCW and next week against West Virginia?
I think it's crucial because when you see the amount of impact the offense had tonight, it's only going to provide more going forward here, Ethan, especially against great teams like UNCW. And West Virginia is a team that Sam told us before the game that the team is really taking to heart. It's a team that they're worrying about a lot because West Virginia is a good team, and they're going to be learning more about them as time goes on through the next few weeks. But their main focus after this game is UNCW, who came off a win last week, heading into one of their final games of the season as well. So tomorrow's night match is going to be a big one for both teams.
Yeah, and one thing that I've noticed about postseason play in all sports really is rarely does the best team actually win. It's usually just who's the team that's playing their best at the end of the season, and that's the team that wins the championship most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. So based on what you saw tonight and what you think you'll see headed forward, do you think NC State is at the top of their game headed into the tournament?
I still think they got a little bit of work to go forward here, Ethan. There was a lot of times where their slot presence was not where I think that it should be. They are very much capable of it. It wasn't there. They're going to practice. They're going to get back to work. They're going to have a great week, several weeks rather, and a few great games of practice that won't mean much if they lose it. Oh, well, it's going to be a little bit of a morale hit, but it's not going to kill them in the standings because what really matters is the 3-day weekend from February 16th to February 18th.
And one thing that State just has to get going is the power play. 2 weekends ago, it wasn't good at all at Clemson and Charlotte. Monday night, it was better. And I think State even scored a goal, if I'm not mistaken, on the power play. Tonight, 0 for 7 again. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but you didn't score. So something besides the power play, we know that that's something that State's got to get going. What is something else that State needs to get going before the tournament?
They need to stop playing so fancy, and it's something that I mentioned a few times, but I don't mention that much. Playing fancy really takes away from simplicity, and if you're too fancy, you're going to give up too many opportunities for them because they're trying to make the highlight reel pass, things like that. Just make small, simple passes that'll lead to a quick breakout. That's all it takes to make good plays.
Yeah, I agree. We'll be back here momentarily. Hopefully, Coach Mike Gazzillo and our player of the game, as you mentioned, Janine Hutchison, will be headed our way. NC State beats Duke 8-1 here on PackTV. We'll be back momentarily.
Attention all virtual reality junkies. Your dreamland opens this weekend in Carytown Center. VR Junkies takes the classic arcade to a whole new level, providing an experience like no other. Play tournaments on local and national levels. Plenty of games to choose from for all ages. You can walk in or reserve your spot online at vrjunkies.com/Raleigh. Now booking birthday, holiday, and corporate team building parties. Join us for grand opening specials all weekend. See you at VR Junkies in Cary Town Center.
Hey, are you okay?
She's passed out.
It looks like she threw up all over there.
Her heart rate is slow and she feels kind of cold.
This isn't right. She drank way too much. She has signs of alcohol poisoning. We need to get her help right away. I'm calling 911. She's underage. Will she get in trouble?
No, and neither will we. Any student seeking medical attention for a drug overdose will not be charged with specific violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and she could die if we don't get her help.
Okay, I'm howling for help.
Ethan Berry back at the Iceplex alongside head coach Mike Gazzillo. Coach, you gave Ian Hutchison the start. Joey Hall got the day off. Ian played pretty well by my count, only faced 19 shots. What did you see from him?
I thought he played great. I mean, they weren't like just dump-ins. He made some really good saves, and he was great with the glove, and, he controlled the rebounds. He was watching what he was doing, following the puck, so very happy with his game.
The first half of the game, 30 minutes in, it was 1-1. And then you guys scored 7 goals last 30 minutes of the game. What was the difference to you in those 30 minutes?
I mean, I think the goalie for Duke just kind of got tired. Realistically, we were out shooting them quite a bit. I think the first period we got off to a slow start again, which I'm not too happy about. But then we kind of came on, and we like Tim said to me, he goes, hey, we did everything we could but score, right? And it's just, just keep going. It'll go in. So, he played well. Their goalie played well.
Yeah, we were mentioning that up here. Eventually, with just so many shots, some are going to go in. Luis Jimenez and Sam Banishevas have played together for 4 years now. And the number of games they're playing together is winding down here in NC State uniforms. I mean, tonight they were phenomenal again. Monday, they were the reason you won on Monday. What did you have to see? What do you see from them? What have you seen for 4 years? And just talk about them a little bit.
I mean, they just have a great chemistry. They have a knack for finding each other. Sometimes some of the passes, like I start to see it, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" Oh, okay. Because they connect, and they just know where each other's going to be, and they talk about it on the bench, and they're just two great players, and they're not selfish. They're more than happy to give the puck up to the other guy, and I mean they're a pleasure to watch, and it's gonna I'm glad for Luis. He's moving on, and Sam will do so the following year. But it's tough to see those guys go.
Yeah, for sure. They've been fun to watch. Last thing for you, Coach. Moving forward, big win tonight. Obviously, you got 3 more games before the tournament. What are you going to try to take from this team, or from this game, excuse me, as you move forward for the next 3 games and into the tournament?
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of playing a little better each time, right? You want to get some momentum from the UNC game. Yeah, we didn't play that well. We got a win out of it. That was good, but we played better tonight. And we just want to keep getting a little better each time, each shift. Get a little bit better, and and then have a little bit of endurance for the tournament, and have a little bit of some serious playing, like some just going out and being competitive. Game after game.
Yep, that'll do it for us, Coach. Zach's going to be back here momentarily. With Ian Hutchison only gave up 1 goal tonight for the Pack. NC State beats Duke 8-1 here on PackTV.
A game of a lot of scoring here and a game of great goaltending from Ian Hutchison. Zach Sawai here for PackTV alongside PackTV's player of the game. Ian, how are you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. It was a good win, good team win. Just a lot of depth throughout, and it's just good to see the boys coming out on top.
It was a great win, Ian, of course. I'm so used to my partner over there. It's just get used to it. So talk to us about your game tonight. You weren't tested that much, only 19 shots in the end, 18 saves for yourself. But what was going through your mind throughout the game against a struggling Duke team?
I mean, just trying to keep your head in the game, It's just a matter of you never know what is going to happen. Like, you'd have 5 or 10 minutes where there was very little action, then all of a sudden they're on a breakaway, You just got to – it's a very mental game. I think that's the biggest aspect of this game, especially going into a struggling team like this.
Now, in the second period, you had a beautiful glove save. You came out charging to make an amazing save. It was one save that I was speechless over. I'm speechless about it now. Talk to us about really your mindset when it comes into goaltending, because it's a very tricky gray area, because really it's a hit or miss every night. So what are your sort of pregame preparations for games like these?
I mean, just get warm. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I'm just in multiple layers, just warming up, like just focusing, throwing balls against the wall, just working on hand-eye, just, getting mentally prepared. It's just such a mental game all the way through.
Especially as well, going into tomorrow's game against UNCW and next weekend against West Virginia as well. What does this win mean for the team?
It's a big win. Any win's a win, and especially against a division rival. It gets us more points, more leverage in the standings, gives us a higher seed in the playoffs. So, I mean, any win would be well taken, well deserved, and just helpful moving forward.
Now, how is the scoring from tonight, 8-1, obviously going to carry over momentum-wise into tomorrow night's UNCW game, which should be a very good game?
Absolutely. I mean, Sam and Luis, they just take the team by their back, and it's amazing to just be on a team with those caliber of players. But we just having that depth, though, all 4 lines are able to contribute, and all 3 goalies are able to contribute. It's just our entire team is a very respectable organization.
Now, tomorrow night, of course, speaking of respectable organizations, tomorrow night is Pink in the Rink to raise awareness for breast cancer as well. Ian, talk to us about why the team decided to do it against UNCW and why they're doing this event in general.
I mean, cancer is a very big issue in our society, and we always like to give back to the community, always like to work with little organizations, charities, and that's just part of our organization, There's no particular reason against UNCW, per se, but just it's a big game. We're going to get a lot of attendance for it. And that's probably the biggest reason for us making the Pink game against UNCW.
All right, Ian, thank you so much. And for Ethan Berry and PackTV, I am Zach Sawai. We thank you for joining us here tonight for NC State's rout of Duke 8-1. Be sure to join us tomorrow against UNCW with pregame starting at around 8 o'clock, 8:15. Be sure to stay tuned to NC State Hockey Twitter for more updates and, of course, at Into the Pack. Thank you for joining us and have a fantastic night.